On the Eisenhower out 38 to Manheim, 56 if you're headed out towards Schaumburg and I-90, 52 in from the Jane Addams, 30 minutes in from Manheim. Stevenson going out to the Tri-State 45, now an hour drive to the Veterans Tollway, about 45 in. The Dan Ryan 31 out, 20 minutes inbound. 57 going out 20 minutes to I-80 and 26 now on the outbound side of the Ford, coming in about a little tight at the Dan Ryan. The South Lakeshore Drive on the brakes southbound north to Chicago on 53rd and 57, a delay northbound from 18th to Chicago Avenue. Nothing major in northwest Indiana, but looks like a bridge inspection continues on 80 westbound in Joliet at the Des Moines River Bridge. Next reports at 408 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, thanks for the rest of this afternoon. Got some sunshine downtown, warm and humid with a high of 80. Could get another thunderstorm around tonight, low near 70. Tomorrow, kind of like today, windy, still humid, a couple of showers with a high around 80. We've got 79 degrees at 3:50.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news traffic and weather station. News Radio 105.9 at WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
This is Brandon. I said the Roosevelt CTA hub in the South Cleveland County State's Attorney has just announced a regional transit task force to combat violent crime.
Some Chicago aldermen advance support of Mayor Johnson's proposal to have the city buy and operate the downtown Greyhound bus station. Plus, sources say the two suspects in a shooting this afternoon at the Islamic Center of San Diego are dead. We'll get the latest on that coming up from CBS News.
Wall Street ending mixed today, well off the session lows on hopes for an end to the war in Iran. The Dow today at 160 points, the Nasdaq down 134, the S&P lower by 5. I'm Tom Busby.
Degrees at 4 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The San Diego Police Department says the threat has been neutralized in a shooter incident at an Islamic Center of San Diego, and 3 adults are confirmed dead. This parent tells KFMB TV.
Hopefully that everybody is safe in the school. All the teachers, all the kids are just like my kids. I'm very worried.
CBS's Anna Schechter reports.
Preliminary reports indicate there were actually 2 suspects, so 2 people involved in the shooting at the mosque. We understand from our sources, we have 2 sources, that one of those suspects is deceased. We understand there is at least one more victim deceased and multiple people injured who've been taken to local area hospitals.
The search for a motive is underway. A fast-growing brush fire in Southern California has burned over 180 acres, is 0% contained, and has now prompted mandatory evacuation orders. Sandy Fire is spreading in Simi Valley, where CBS News LA's Luz Delia Caballero reports.
We've talked to a couple of neighbors on this road here on Rambling, and they tell us that this family has lived here for decades, so it really is difficult to see how this fire has not only engulfed this home, but it's inching closer to homes where neighbors tell us they too have lived here for several decades.
President Trump has ended his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS. CBS's Stacey Lynn at the White House.
He agreed to dismiss the lawsuit after reports that say a settlement would create a nearly $1.8 billion fund for Americans claiming political targeting by federal agencies. Trump's legal team says the president was illegally targeted. Critics are already threatening legal challenges.
California jury has thrown out Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI and its top executives. They found Musk waited too long to bring the lawsuit, which alleges Sam Altman unlawfully enriched himself in the company that Musk helped create. Musk calls the court defeat terrible precedent and blames the judge. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
What Musk's team had argued is essentially that some behavior was ongoing. And I believe there was also an argument that he didn't truly discover the full extent of what was happening until later.
Parts of the plains in Midwest could get another round of severe weather after strong thunderstorms produced at least 25 reported tornadoes across 4 states yesterday. The tornado destroyed homes in central Nebraska.
It kind of makes you reevaluate what's important. Family's important and everyone's safe, so.
Things can be replaced?
Yeah, houses can be rebuilt.
And they lost their home in Howard County, Nebraska.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
It might take time to fix, they might go get Brad.
On CBS Sunday morning.
Chicago's news traffic and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's 4:03, another Monday, the 18th of May, and good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm Lisa Fielding. After a stormy morning, we've got the sun returning right now, 79 degrees, winds out of the southwest, now gusting at 31 miles an hour. Breezy early tonight, could get another thunderstorm with a low near 70. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 4:15. But first of all, how to best combat crime aboard public transit. A new regional transit task force announced today by the Cook County Attorney General. Our top story from WBBM's Brandon Eisen.
As of May 10th, violent crime on public transportation is down 22% compared to this time last year.
In this latest effort to combat transit-related crime, local and federal law enforcement, the CTA, PACE, and Metro, along with Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke's office, are partnering to not only deter violent crime on transit,
so now she blocks the road.
An all-hands response to provide evidence
in the
of first
road.
appearances.
I'm going here, man.
To prevent violent criminals from being released pre-trial. If released as part of their condition, they won't be allowed back to the bus, station, or train where the crime happened.
Our focus right now is making sure that those who present the biggest danger to the public are detained.
O'Neill Burke says that there will likely be more misdemeanor crimes prosecuted as it first takes a conviction before the county is able to provide mental health services. On the Red Line platform at Roosevelt, after this announcement, Lakeview resident Connor tells us that this is about as far south as he's willing to go, adding that in his mind there is at least one thing that, if addressed, could significantly increase his feeling of safety.
I go to the Red Line every day for work, and there's always someone smoking a cigarette in the cars and stuff.
Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Meantime, what to do about Chicago's empty downtown Greyhound bus terminal? Members of the City Council Committee have advanced part of the mayor's strategy to take it over.
This all started when Greyhound's private equity owner said it planned to sell or close the bus line's depot on Harrison Street, and if that happened, it would literally force passengers to the curb. Jeffrey Cohen from the city's planning department explained the administration's goal to members of the finance committee.
The city values this community benefit and plans to acquire the station.
But first, the city needs to expand an existing development zone to include the station, which would unlock as much as $50 million to buy it and fix it up. The station's in the ward of downtown Alderman Bill Conway, who told colleagues that he's met with city leaders after first discovering the plans during last fall's budget debate.
As a result, I think plans are certainly beginning to come together.
And even though this proposal just deals with putting the area around the station into a special district, Ray Lopez from the Southwest Side said he needs to see more about the administration's plan before he's ready to get on board.
This is a half-baked plan.
For now, this part of it is headed to the full council. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
Watchdog groups are accusing one utility company of burying massive overcharges inside its latest rate hike request.
NICOR has been a rate hike machine.
That's Jim Charlson, Communications Director of the Citizens Utility Board, which argues the proposal includes excessive spending and shareholder profit requests.
They have actually increased bills by about $898 million since 2017.
NICOR says the proposal is aimed at maintaining safety and reliability while managing rising energy demands and infrastructure costs. Sarah Herrera, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A gust of wind knocked over a small plane at Midway this morning and caused a fuel spill. The Chicago Fire Department responded and found that no passengers were on board and no one was injured. At Midway, a 79-mile-per-hour wind gust was reported during the storms. Well, the Chicago area once again welcoming another generation of piping plovers.
Great Lakes piping plovers Monty and Rose began nesting at Montrose Beach in 2019. Now, 7 years later, their son, Imani, has laid eggs with sea rockets spotted for another season at Montrose. And in Waukegan, Pippin and Blaze have started their season off with an egg. New dad Pippin survived losing a foot last year and has found a mate in Blaze. Mallory Vorbroker, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
New luxury watch collaboration sparked overnight lines and store shutdowns across the country, including in the suburbs.
Oak Brook Center in the western suburbs closed its watch store over the weekend after massive crowds lined up outside the store early Saturday. Police cars were also seen parked outside the mall. Customers were hoping to get their hands on the new collaboration between luxury watch brand Audemars Piguet and Swatch. $400 watches have been reselling online for thousands of dollars. Several Swatch stores were closed across the country. It wasn't clear when the Swatch store in Oak Brook would reopen. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Yeah, it's 4:08. Time to check in on the roads now. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, it looks like we have a new crash in northwest Indiana on 8094 westbound. Some brake lights approaching Klein. It looks like the right lane is closed with it. On the tollways, the Tri-State, a pretty hefty delay southbound from Irving Park to the Grand Avenue curve. Word of a crash blocking at least a lane there. Once you get past that, you're heavy in spots to Ogden with another backup in the south suburbs from 159th to before the Bishop Ford Freeway. Nothing major on the rest of the tollways. Expressway travel times now. The Eaton's coming in about 27. Outbound traffic looking good. Head to the expressway inbound 51 from O'Hare into downtown, 28 off the junction. You're heavy in spots from the River Road Toll Plaza to the Jane Byrne interchange. You're outbound side backed up from the Jane Byrne to the Ohio feeder, and then a delay from Diversey to Sayre. 25 to Montrose, 39 to the airport. The express lane's about the same travel time outbound in the express. You're looking good before the Wintrust Miro near North Avenue, out until you get a little further west of there, but you start to back up around Diversey on the Eaton's.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Hey, Ms. Isidora, Marietta. Hey, Marietta, I sent you a text message. Check your text.
Spots from York into downtown. You're outbound ride 40 to Manheim. Just about an hour into the Jane Addams Tollway. Stevenson going out 41 to the Tri-State, 57 out to 355. You're 42 in. On the south side, the Dan Ryan's close to 35 outbound, 22 in from the merge into downtown. 57 out, 21, the 27, I should say, on the outbound side of the Ford. You're really backed up through the ongoing work zone. Through South Lakeshore Drive, pretty typical backups on either side. Nothing out of the ordinary either way. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report, 418. News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
AccuWeather says for the rest of this afternoon, mostly cloudy, breezy, warm and humid with a high of 80. Breezy early tonight, cloudy, humid, thunderstorm around a low near 70. Right now, 79. At O'Hare, 75. In Morris. On Wall Street, the Dow up 160, S&P up 6, and the Nasdaq down 135. It's 410.
Did the Greek gods ever sleep? Huh? Did Aphrodite have a heart-shaped bed?
Maybe.
Did Hades, god of the underworld, sleep on a truckle bed?
I think they love the Nevaeh bedroom from Penny Mustard.
Nevaeh is heaven backwards. A bed?
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail.
That was me calling, Marietta. What I'll do is I'll call you later on. We'll just do it on the radio real quick, all right? Text me when you're back at home.
With no interest and no payments till May of 2029 through May 31st at Penny Mustard.
6 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com.
If your money is not earning at least 6% tax deferred, you need to call Professional Life and Casualty. They're offering 6% APY guaranteed on new funds deposited into your annuity accounts. You pay no surrender charges, no administration fees, and no withdrawal fees. A 6%
All right, this is some radio calls. What do you guys think? Let's see, how do we do this? Source. We'll get some radio calls going. Let's see what the crime situation's going on, all right? Let's see what's going on, all right?
7387 Adams. 7387.
Check for Blue Line Harlem, please.
08754. 08754. 7388 Charlie. 7388 Charlie.
Bus ride on Roosevelt, westbound from Pulaski.
08761. 08761.
PH3 Citywell.
PH3.
We're going to be back for a quick swap.
Alright, 2-4. Take a 08785.
10-4. Thanks for a great day.
Units at 1971 in Citywide. We're getting a battery in progress at Ashland and Irvin. Security reporting 10+ teenagers fighting in the middle of the street. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Nothing further. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
7388 Adam.
7388 Adam.
Gonna take a westbound train from Lair, from Central, train number 5125.
08797, 08797.
Thank you. 383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
We got a audio live system on 79, red line.
Take star 08803, 08803.
Units of 15 in City Body, taking a shot fired. 4924 West Iowa. It's anonymous. She heard 3 shots fired by a male black driving a gray vehicle through the alley going eastbound. He's male black, no shirt, but jeans shorts on. Nothing further on call.
7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
And please get an event number 69 for the red line, please.
08829, 08829.
Number 386 Adam.
7386 Adam.
Roosevelt red line, please.
08835, 08835.
7387 Adam.
7387 Adam.
Platform check at Cumberland.
08846, 08846.
389 David.
7389 David.
It's Chicago in the red line. Can I get a station as a number and a platform number, please?
Alright, 08855, 08855, and 08858.
Thank you. 7389 Adam.
7389 Adam.
You need to hold Austin Boy down on a train ride mission. Orange and Roosevelt, car 3187.
08864, 08864.
7383 David.
7383 David.
Your numbers for the 30 minutes of red line.
08868, 08868.
7384 Boy.
7384 Boy.
Can we get a VIN number for a ride the train from Cermak going southbound? We had car number 5285 and 7384. David is riding with us.
Alright, take your bid number of 08879, 08879.
7397 David.
97.
Short landed at 1818 on the mileage.
Alright, 1528 on the clock.
7388 Charlie.
7388 Charlie.
Bus ride from Roosevelt and Central Park going east.
08886, 08886.
7386 Frank.
7386.
Can we get one for Grand red line?
08891, 08891.
7386 Adam.
7386 Adam.
We're at like 30 Roosevelt. The person here on the bench. Like they may be high on heroin. If we get an ambulance rolling.
That's what 30 East Roosevelt. If you need that event number is 08901, 08901.
7388 Adam.
7388 Adam.
That's in Boy. You're on an eastbound train from Austin. Green line.
08908, 08908.
7386 Henry.
7386 Henry.
Can I get one for North Clybourne?
08914, 08914.
7387 Boy.
7387 Boy.
Let's take this train called 7200 from Logan Square to Philmont.
Hello, Moto.
Hey, what's up, Marietta? You're on live. What's
Oh,
going on?
you got week last week?
Yeah, maybe Wednesday. Maybe. Let's talk about.
No, this Wednesday?
You're on live, by the way, Marietta. You're okay with that, right?
I'm fine. You know, I'm fine with that.
Alrighty. Yeah, we'll maybe do something Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking about what we need to do, and we need to talk beforehand. So what we're gonna do. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's going on? Why don't you tell everybody who you are, what you do, and where you're at?
My name is Mayor James. I'm at Murphy Town Apartment Homes, and right now I'm at home.
All right. What are you working on?
Nothing really.
Oh, okay. Nothing really. Yeah. Alrighty.
But the idea is what we talked about.
Yeah. Alrighty. Sounds like a plan. How was your weekend? All right.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Yeah,
any news with your building there? How they doing the repairs? All right.
They did it for July now.
Oh yeah.
They bumped up from June to July.
Oh really? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And back here they like harassing people, bullying people for no reason. Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. Not at all. Do you guys have a building? I asked you this before. Do you guys have a building meeting or something?
Yeah. That's how all this came about the renovation.
Oh yeah.
That back in March. Yeah.
It's ridiculous that you guys had to go through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
It's.
People understand that you have to live here to understand it. You have to live here and they don't understand it because I live here.
Yeah. Right. You doing anything fun over the weekend?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Probably not.
Alrighty, so why don't I do this? I'll give you a call tonight or so when I get home or tomorrow, okay? And then we can talk about what we're going to do later on in the week. Is that alright?
Okay.
Alright, talk to you later, okay?
Alright.
Alright, bye.
Be safe out there. Bye-bye.
Right,
Bye-bye.
Let's get back to our radio calls, eh? That was Marietta. Me and her are working on having a podcast. That's what we're trying to figure out. We'll get it going one day.
1 Frank 33. Excuse me, 1 Frank 31. Can you spot
7389 Charlie? 7389 Charlie?
Yeah, we're clear from that. You make that a 92 call.
Alright, 10 for that event number, again, if you need it, is 08966 08966.
Unit 1029 on the citywide battery in progress, 4875 Magnolia, 4875 Magnolia, Unit 210. Caller says he hears a lot of noise upstairs, sound like someone is fighting. It's been happening a lot. Let's press zone 11.
7386 George.
7386 George.
So event number, red line, division.
Event number 09205 09205.
384 Adam.
7384 Adam.
There's a bunch of cops right there. See that there?
Northbound on the red line from 69. Can I get an event number?
Right there.
The take event number 09223 09223.
Charlie.
7389 Charlie.
Example event number for a train ride, green line northbound, train car 5136.
Northbound from where?
823 units of citywide, we're getting burglary in progress, 6344 South Tallman. 2 Hispanic males breaking into a garage stealing a purple motorbike using a lock cutter. One was wearing a blue denim suit, the other one's wearing a blue hat, a Bulls hat with white and red shirt, blue jeans, shirt hanging off the shoulders. Nothing further than should be zone 6 clear.
Alright, 7389 Charlie, take 09248 09248. PH3. Police helicopter, PH3. PH3, police helicopter. On Citywide 1.
738600.
8600.
Can I get one for Northern Platform? Brother man.
Alright, take it back.
09317. 7386 Adam. 86 Adam. Let's roll red line, please. We'll take a bet number 09320.
353. 7353. Quality emission over at Howard and arrest. And Howard and arrest.
Hey, for Howard and arrest 7353. Your event number is 09338. 09338.
7389 Adam.
7389 Adam.
Friday hold Dawson boys. 7389 boys. Roosevelt, the orange platform. Give me one, please.
That event number is 09344. 09344. And for any units at the Clarkin Division red line on the platform, we got a person with a gun call. Details to follow. Once again, the Clarkin Division red line, 1200 on Clark on the platform. We got a male Hispanic teen. He has short hair, black gray sweater, black pants, white shoes. He's on the platform with a gun.
9003. You can show us going, coming from a distance.
We got a couple of units. Who's coming from a distance?
97 Adam.
7397 Adam. 10-4. Was there another unit heading over there?
73.
And Howard and arrest.
Hey, for Howard and arrest 7353.
Hispanic, young Hispanic with a gun, Clark and Lake red line.
Your event number is 09338. 09338.
7389 Adam.
7389 Adam.
Friday hold Dawson boys. 7389 boys. Roosevelt, the orange platform. Give me one, please.
The units at the Clarkin Division red line on the platform, we got a person with a gun call. Details to follow. Once again, the Clarkin Division red line.
Division.
Clark on the platform. We got a male Hispanic teen. He has short hair, black and gray sweater, black pants, white shoes. He's on the platform with a gun.
9003. You can show us going, coming from a distance.
We got a couple of units. Who's coming from a distance?
97 Adam.
7397 Adam. 10-4. Was there another unit heading over there?
73. 86 George, we'll check it out. We're at the platform.
86 George. 10-4.
What's up? Squad?
Male Hispanic teen, short hair, black and gray sweater, black pants, white shoes on the platform. Alright, additional...
Short hair with longer in the back, kind of to the shoulder length, like a modern mullet. And the gray sweatshirt it says Nike on the front. And it's two-tone, black on the sleeves, black on the hood, and then gray on the front, and black Nike jogging pants.
He's got a modern mullet cut with a Nike t-shirt and Nike pants.
Two shoes.
Alright, black Nike jogging pants. And additional information per the ticket, the hair is short on the top and I guess a mullet in the back. What they described it as?
7301 down.
7301 down.
We've sent out the MXPSPSC run for trying to track them right now.
7397.
7397.
My unit, check their phones.
Has a modern mullet.
Alright, 7397 units, you guys check your phones.
97 out of 10-4. 7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
Event number please, 69 at red line.
09380. 09380.
341.
With gun.
7341. 7341, I already got a static, sir. Station Lake is 09388, 09388.
7397.
97.
I think he got on the train. We're trying to figure out which direction he's going.
Alright, 10-4. Now, for the units responding, they get on the train. Once again, he's responding to that person with a gun.
97, we think he was on the northbound train.
Okay, he got on a northbound train for 7397.
Where's the next stop for the squad? Next stop, Parking Division is going to be North Avenue.
Alright, that's the North Avenue stop. There's the unit over there.
Every corner has somebody begging. Henry. Every damn corner now.
7386 Henry. 7386 Henry.
It's messed up. Every corner has a panhandler. Every corner now. It's horrible. I don't know how you're going to have tourists down here.
7386 Frank.
7386 Frank.
Every corner in downtown has a panhandler, and you got the migrants with their kids out here too.
David. 83 Frank. Can we get one per call, Redline?
Sorry, 09409 09409. And I'll unit step out one moment. 7386 Henry.
You go for 80? I can't hear you. Is this 86 Henry?
Yeah, 86 Henry. We got a person with a gun call, came over at the Clarkin Division red line. The guy got on a northbound train, so he's coming your way. It's another Hispanic with I guess a short hair on the top, mullet in the back. So he's armed with a Glock or Smith & Wesson on his waistband. He's a male Hispanic teen, short hair, gray sweater, black pants, white shoes.
Shuttle 7383 David.
7383 David.
Numbers for 36 red line.
09421. 09421.
All right, let's listen to the radio. 430 News.
Running for Chicago School Board formally begin the process to get their names on the November ballot. And the Trump administration unveils a $1.7 billion fund to pay allies who claim they were unfairly treated by the Biden Department of Justice. Ford Sox out west to take on the Mariners. Cubs host the Brewers at Wrigley. In business, stocks kind of mixed. The Dow up 160, S&P down 6, and the Nasdaq down 134. Right now, cloudy skies, 77 degrees at 431.
CBS News special report. San Diego police say the threat at the Islamic Center of San Diego has been neutralized after officers responded to a reported active shooter situation just before noon local time. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall.
Within 4 minutes, officers arrived on scene and observed immediately 3 deceased, what appeared to be deceased victims out in front.
One of them a security guard, according to police. Chief Wall also says 2 suspected shooters were found dead inside a vehicle. Sources tell CBS News that it appears they took their own lives. Chief Wall says
you are considering this a hate crime until it's not.
This parent says the situation at the facility that is home to a mosque and school was frightening.
All of a sudden, my son jumped. Said there is a shooting, let's go. And I don't know if they heard any shooting, what happened. I don't know all those details.
CBS News special report. I'm Jennifer Kuiper.
432. Here at home, Illinois Governor Britt Pritzker suggesting that the latest idea from Chicago Mayor Johnson to keep the Bears on the city's lakefront is a non-starter. Here's WBBM political editor Jeff Buchholz.
The mayor's latest idea appears to be little more than a trial balloon floated in the final 2 weeks of the legislative session to give the city control over the state authority that runs Rate Field as a way to keep the Bears anchored to the lakefront.
The mayor has no plan. He has come up with no plan at all about how the Bears would end up in the city of Chicago.
Governor Pritzker told reporters before an appearance at the Chicago Cares leadership breakfast here at the Four Seasons Hotel that he's had no conversations with the mayor or his team about the idea and suggested the mayor's lobbying effort has been too little, too late.
To show up in May and have a bunch of demands seems like late in the game, and it's unfortunate that's happened most years.
There's no indication the General Assembly intends to take up the mayor's proposal before the scheduled end of the spring session, May 31st. We're with the governor of the Gold Coast, Jeff Buckles. News Radio 1059. WBDM.
People who want to run for a seat on Chicago's fully elected Board of Education formally began that process this morning. That's when election clerks began accepting nominating petitions to get on the November ballot. Dozens of current and hopeful board members lined up at the election superside in the loop starting at 9 a.m. to drop off petition signatures. Current board member Ed Bannon was in that line. He says he's hoping to continue his work on the board.
It's a lot of hours, it's a lot of work, but I'm really excited about the transition from the appointed board to the elected board, giving the power to the parents, the taxpayers, the people to help shape our school district.
Clerks are accepting signatures for about another week and a half. National news now. President Trump withdraws his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS, but may not have abandoned his hopes for a big payout.
A U.S. president suing an agency he controls in an attempt to funnel cash to his political allies. The optics were always problematical. The New York Times reports that withdrawing the lawsuit will allow Trump lawyers and the administration to sidestep legal scrutiny as they move to create a fund to compensate Trump allies who say they were wronged by the Biden administration. That fund would apparently be created using taxpayer dollars. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Meantime, the president says a planned U.S. military strike in Iran will not happen tomorrow.
The president says the attack's been postponed after requests from leaders in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. He said negotiations with Iran are underway and could lead to a deal barring Tehran from developing nuclear weapons, but said in a post on Truth Social that U.S. forces remain ready for what he called a full large-scale assault if the talks fail.
At CBS's Stacey Lynn, before Trump's announcements, Iran had said it made another amended set of terms for a potential peace deal. The Ebola outbreak in Africa is worsening.
An American doctor working in the Democratic Republic of Congo has contracted a rare Ebola variant with no approved vaccines. Deaths from the outbreak have surpassed 100 in 2 provinces in the African nation. There are more than 300 suspected Ebola cases.
CBS's Jim Krasula reports the infected American is expected to be taken to Germany for treatment. Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together next. It's 4:36.
At U.S. Waterproofing, when we're called to fix a basement water problem, we get it fixed right. And we'll treat you.
They got some news agency out here at the dope spot. See that there? See the news people right there? There's a news camera out there. Got a bunch of news people out there. They got another camera here. Something must have happened out here. I'll show you guys. And they got a lot of news people out here for some reason.
Yeah, Mike Slater.
There's a whole bunch of news cameras. What happened out here on the South Loop? Anything that I missed? The news or what? There's another news. There's 2 news crews out here.
Life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Show you, right? There's 2 news crews out here.
Unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program.
Let's see what these guys are doing out there. You know this is the dope spot, right? They sell dope here no matter what, even with all these cops out here.
High performance fabrics.
Let me show you. Right?
That stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com. Get ready for the workday.
Right there, that's a news crew just leaving. See that there? They're leaving right now.
WBBM.
Sponsored by PackyWebFord.com, where Ford employee pricing is back. Pay the same low price employees pay, plus get crazy low interest rates on most new Ford models at Packy Web Ford. In Hanover Park, the Sitco on Jensen.
See the news crew? Look. Let's see what news it is. See that there?
The Shell on Waukegan and
It's a news crew right there walking. See that?
If you see a lower price, a relatively low gas price these days. Give us a call, 312-409-4277. Still to come.
This is Andy Day. Northwestern University has a new president who is no stranger to the Big Ten.
That's on the way, but first, checking in with traffic, sponsored by Force.
There's a news crew there, and there's another news crew right there. Look at this. They got 3 news crews out here. What happened? There's another one right there. Look at that.
The lanes are blocked. It continues on the
That's the one that was across the street. Look at that. There's another one. So there's 3 news crews here that I've seen. See that there? Something's going on out here.
Market Avenue, we had word of a dishwasher that was in a lane there. Looks like whatever was there is
wild, huh?
That the lane has really thinned down. Still heavy westbound though, passing US 30 over to the Des Plaines River Bridge, and we still have a working crash on 8094 in Northwest Indiana. Westbound before Klein in the right lane, and that's why you're backed up from Broadway.
Wow, well, let's listen to radio calls. Maybe we missed something.
Expressways, the Eden's coming in about a half hour. No delays outbound, 15 to Lake Cook Road. That's it. Kennedy inbound 51 minutes from O'Hare into downtown, 28 off the junction. Kennedy out to Montrose, 24.
We might have missed something, huh?
The express lanes, you're 40 minutes to drive out to O'Hare.
I'm sorry, 7386 David, go. Okay, get north for Clark and Lake, please.
Something's going on out there.
9606096067397, go. The train that he got on is due at Cermak currently. Anybody at Cermak in the rail line looking at that person with the gun? 7383 Eddie, we're at Cermak. 83 Eddie is over there. 7397, if possible, can we stop that train that's due? It should be run number 825 and it's due in 2 minutes.
Cermak, you want to go over there and see if there's a guy with a gun?
What do you want us to do? Hold the train at Cermak the rail line southbound. Possible person with a gun on the train.
Let's go over there.
All right, copy. I have a male Hispanic teen, short hair, last wearing a black gray sweater, black pants, white shoes. Supposed to be on the platform at rail line Clark and Division. Said he got on the opposite train. I guess he's going northbound, went back southbound. Supposed to be short on top, long in the back like a mullet. Was gone with a Glock, resting with a weapon gun in his waistband. So call CTA, see if they can hold the train and start making the rail line. Alright, copy. 825 is showing up right now. He's in the back of the train.
Let's go over there.
I don't know which car. Anyone
This
know which
call
car?
is at 10 minutes ago. Let's go see.
We don't know which car. But yeah, just ask the operator.
Guy with a mullet. Hispanic with a mullet with a gun on the red line.
So the operator, can you give me this? So male Hispanic teen. So there's a hair style like a mullet. He's wearing a black gray sweater, black pants, white shoes. With a gun in his waistband. You got a male Hispanic, mullet, black mullet, white t-shirt, black jeans, white shoes. You see him right now? Yeah, copy. Is he on the train or off the train? Get him. He's on the platform right now. Alright, so far, get some more cars over to Cermak and the rail line. Got a person with a gun, possible person with a gun on the platform. Well, this is all no. All you got to keep the air clear unless you have an emergency. You got the air. They're going down the platform right now. Alright, so he's going down the escalator upstairs. Down the stairs, there you go. You got 3 male Hispanic.
3 male Hispanics.
Mullet, black, long sleeve, black pants. Mullet guy has a Nike hoodie and Nike sweatpants on. Nike hoodies, Nike sweatpants, so far. You on the Archer or the Cermak side? You on the Cermak side or the Archer side? Alright, so we got one detained.
One detained.
Over here, like Whitworth and Cermak. One got a t-shirt on, beige hat. Alright, the other two, where are they? On the corner of Cermak. Sorry, squad. Archer and Whitworth. You want to check one? Archer and Whitworth on the corner, as well as the 9th District now. Well, one is shirtless, beige hat, got tattoos to the chest. The other one's got a white t-shirt, black mullet, black jeans, and white Air Force One. Alright, white t-shirt, mullet. You just said the other one's shirtless, right? Yes, copy. Are they still in the corner or are they walking?
We're gonna see it. It's right here, right? They're arresting him right now.
Are they walking?
Yes, while they were, they got off this train, got off the platform at Wentworth and Archer. You know, the guy had shoe with males, like I said, black mullet, white t-shirt, black pants, white shoes. The other one had a beige, like a baseball cap, shirt off.
Where are they at right now?
They're at Archer and Wentworth. You know?
Down the corner. Is there another unit at Archer and Wentworth?
Pulling up right now. Where are they at, Scott?
Archer and Wentworth on the corner. He said one shirtless, other one has like a mullet. 2 male Hispanic teams.
Archer and Wentworth has no shirt on, gray hat. That's one of them. Black t-shirt over it.
I know he's carrying his black t-shirt, no shirt on, has a gray hat. That's one of them. The other one has a mullet with the black and white on. He's supposed to be the one with the gun, so use caution. Yeah, Nike outfit. Let me know if you get those. 7383-10-4. All you can see there, go on, show me emergency. 7383-10-4.
84, boy.
Yeah, we're right here, right?
80.
Right there, right? Person with a gun. They got him right here, right? SubX.News, person with a gun here. They're looking for the gun in the trash can. See that there? SubX.News. Person with a gun. You got the helicopters up. They're looking for the gun over there. See that there? SubX.News on the spot reporting. There you go, they're looking for something there, see that? SubX.News, 4:46 p.m. There's a call of a person with a gun who was on Clark and Division Red Line. He ended up down here. There was actually 3 Hispanic males. Right now the police are looking for stuff in the trash cans. There you go. See that there? They're looking. Maybe they dumped the gun here. See that there? SubX.News. They got 1 in custody, they heard, and 2 others might have walked away. Hispanic males, youth. Looks like they're looking for the gun over here, right? There they are. SubX.News on the spot reporting there. They're looking for the gun right there, right? What's up, man? SubX.News. All right. See you, brother. So they're looking for the gun here, it looks like, right? They said there's 1 in custody here. Again, male with a gun, Hispanic with a gun. They said he had a mullet. Yeah, the guy with a gun on the train. You know, a lot of people have guns. I don't even know if it's illegal, right? They're trying to challenge it. I think the Supreme Court decided not to hear the case, right? So there you go, right? There's a couple of cops over there. See that there? Because they said they walked on Wentworth. There's the truck. They're probably going to put them in the paddy wagon, right? There they go. Getting gun on the red line. So there was a cop right there. Paddy wagon just passed. But they said they did take somebody in custody, right? So you can get lost pretty fast out here. See that? SubX.News on the spot reporting. Report of a young Hispanic with a mullet on the train, Division and Clark, red line. He ended up down here at Cermak. And they did say they took one in custody. They were looking for two more. There you go. Looks like they took care of it, right? First call of the day.
February 2007. 387 Adam. 7387 Adam. Yes, number 4.
You know, is it illegal to carry a gun? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Your event number is 09847.
So you gotta start having those discussions, right?
7383 Eddie. 7383 Eddie. Go ahead. Yeah, I ran on with it, but I didn't get anything back. Alright, copy. 7383 David. 7383. Number for City Berlin.
09853 09853.
7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
88 Charlie. Bus right on Roosevelt. Westbound Provo. Councilman.
Event number of 09864 09864.
3212.
3212.
You got someone on South Canada Drive?
Yeah, 2301 South Lakeshore Drive, southbound for 2 car accident, no injuries. 4712.
One Hispanic with a gun. He had two other guys with him. One in custody. Don't know what happened to the other two. Over here at Cermak Red Line.
08759. Meet the event.
7383 Eddie.
7383 Eddie.
Well, can I get the event number for this job, and then you can show us clear, and thank you for all the tackles.
And then event number is 09330 09330. Show you clear.
7386 Eddie.
7386 Eddie.
Chicago red line, please.
09895, 09895.
7341.
7341.
Get a station check. State leg, please.
Steady bend is 09941, 09941.
3 boy.
40 units and 3.
4712.
Somebody hold me down at the Cubs game.
08759. Let me give that.
7383 Eddie.
7383 Eddie.
Well, can I get the VIN number for this job, and then you can show it's clear, and thank you for all the tackles.
Identity VIN number is 09330, 09330. Show you clear.
7386 Eddie.
7386 Eddie.
Chicago red line, please.
09895, 09895.
7341.
7341.
Get a station check. State leg, please.
Steady VIN is 09941, 09941.
383 boy.
7383 boy.
Copy, get one over 79 red line.
09942, 09942.
7386 Henry.
7386 Henry.
You went for red line, flight more north.
09954, 09954.
7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
That number please, red line at 6A.
09961, 09961.
7386 David.
7386 Dave.
Numbers for Clark and Lake, please.
09969, 09969.
7383 Adam.
7383 Adam.
And then upper and lower for 95th and red.
09972, 09972, and 09974.
7395 David.
7395 David.
And did you give a number for the red lane on permit?
10001. That's 10001.
7383 David.
7383 David.
Numbers for 35 on the red line.
10034, 10034.
7387 Adam.
7387 Adam.
Number for train number 7047 Rosemont.
Event number 10050, 10050. 10050, 10050. 7387 boy.
Was taking train car 7212 to Irving Park.
The event number is 10056, 10056. Adam.
Roosevelt red line, please.
Is that Roosevelt?
Red line.
At 10118, 10118.
Yeah, ready to move on, everybody?
south, 6 level, 3rd District 07. Can I get if it's an event number for a follow-up investigation at Colmar Hospital under RDJK233252, and can I get the entire event number, please?
Sure, the flow transition event is 261-381-0152. That's 261-381-0152.
Because of the Islamic Center location.
7386.
Boy, 7386 Eddie.
7386 Eddie.
Chicago red line, please.
09895, 09895.
7341.
That's 7341.
Get the station checked. State leg, please.
That event is 09941, 09941.
383 boy.
7383 boy.
Copy, get one with 79 red line.
09942, 09942.
7386 Henry.
7386 Henry.
Here with the red line, flight Edmore North.
09954, 09954.
7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
Event number please, red line at 6A.
09961, 09961.
7386 David.
7386 Dave.
Numbers for Clark and Lake, please.
09969, 09969.
7383 Adam.
7383 Adam.
And then upper and lower for 96 in the red.
09972, 09972, and 09974.
So I started selling my cleaning part about 10 years ago.
Hey, let's get out of here. Let's go see what's going on. Huh?
David.
7395 David.
Event number for the red lane on permit.
Right now to Africa. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It is 5:03 Monday. The 18th day of May. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us and tuning in. I'm Lisa Fielding. We have 77 degrees. Wind still gusting out of the southwest at 25 miles an hour. We're seeing wind gusts in the 30s up in Waukegan right now. Look for a high of 80 today, a low near 70. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 5:15. But first at 5, people who want to serve on Chicago's Board of Education turning in petition signatures today at the city's election super site ahead of the November election. WBBM political editor Jeff Buchholz has our story from the Loop.
Exactly what CPS needs at this moment.
Michelle Pierre says that's what her friends told her when she told them she wanted to run for the school board to represent their Northwest Side community.
I have almost 30 years in education. I have been a teacher, a principal, a chief academic officer, a chief schools officer.
Just a few steps in front of her in the line to hand in petitions.
I'm loving it.
Current board member Therese Boyle hoping to get that coveted first slot on the ballot.
My opponents are not here as of 9 o'clock, so it was worth it.
Election clerks will now review the legality of signatures and hear any challenge.
I just kind of want to do my thing and be independent and represent my community.
You want to be nobody sent.
Thank you. Absolutely. I love that.
We're in the Loop. Jeff Buchholz, News Radio 1059, WBBM.
Well, Illinois Governor Pritzker says he's heard nothing from Chicago Mayor Johnson about his latest idea to keep the Bears on the lakefront and suggested it was probably a little too late. The mayor is now proposing that the city take over the state agency that operates Rate Field as a way to build the Bears a publicly owned stadium at the museum campus. But the governor told reporters this morning that the mayor's plan comes well after he and state leaders began the budget process last fall.
I present that budget to the legislature in February. So that seems like a good time period to come talk to the governor's office. Then there's February to May. There's all that time to come talk to the legislature, which has my budget in hand, or the governor's office. Again, we've seen almost nothing out of the mayoral administration.
There's no indication that the mayor's idea will be considered by lawmakers before the end of the spring session coming up on May 31st. Funeral arrangements have been announced for fallen Chicago firefighter Stephen Decker, who died during a training exercise last week. Visitation for the nearly 30-year veteran will be held on Thursday from 2 to 8 at Colonial Wojciechowski Funeral Homes in Norwood Park. Funeral will be held this Friday, May 22nd at St. Paul Lutheran Church. 61-year-old Decker collapsed during a training exercise last week in West Rogers Park before he died at a nearby hospital. A Chicago alderperson taking the Trump administration to court over a confrontation with federal immigration agents at a West Side hospital last year.
The encounter between alderperson Jesse Fuentes and agents inside of Humboldt Park Health was captured on video.
This is the hospital. Do you have a sign to the show more?
Fuentes can be heard asking for information about a man who reportedly suffered a broken leg, being arrested at the height of Operation Midway Blitz before being put in handcuffs. Newly filed lawsuit accuses agents of assault and false imprisonment. Administration officials of ignoring a federal tort claim seeking damages that was filed weeks after the incident. Fuentes says it resulted in, quote, physical, psychological, and emotional injuries. Andy Day, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Some suburban leaders are worried that Amazon's next big delivery upgrade could come with nonstop overhead buzz.
Amazon Prime Air is proposing drone delivery operations at 4 suburban locations, including Morton Grove, Winfield, Markham, and Matson. The company could eventually ramp up to roughly 1,000 deliveries per day from each site by 2031. And that could translate to thousands of inbound and outbound drone flights daily. The Daily Herald reports that some suburban mayors and village leaders are worried about drone speed, operating hours, and noise. Amazon says customers using the service elsewhere have responded positively and that safety systems are built into the aircraft. Sarah Pereira, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
And health officials in DuPage County have confirmed the first batch of mosquitoes to test positive for West Nile this year. The samples were collected from multiple suburbs, including Roselle, Glendale Heights, and Wheaton. It is 5:08. Checking in with traffic now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. How are things moving, Neil?
Well, we have a couple of issues, so not good in Will County today. Brake lights on the northbound side passing Weber Road. Before the Veterans Tollway, we're getting word of an accident there. You have a Gapers delay southbound there.
Why you do my watch to listen and see? Always notice the roads. Every road in Chicago. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Lane, 32 minutes
flooded out
to the split. You're 21 minutes inbound.
Holy
Looking
cow.
on DuSable Lakeshore Drive, you're starting to get a little heavier on the northbound trip from Fullerton to Belmont.
What's this
to
here?
The Brewers at Wrigley at 6:40 tonight. On the tollways, a pretty heavy delay continues on the Jane Addams westbound. Past Arlington Heights Road to Roselle Road, police
see that? It's all
activity
flooded
there
out.
on the shoulder. Backups in the northwest suburbs on Route 53, the usual between Palatine and Rolling Meadows, all because of ongoing
Ron
construction
Union
in the right
and
lane. Southwest suburbs of the delay on I-80 West from Briggs
Cermak,
over to
right?
the
A little
Displays
north of
River
Cermak.
Bridge. Northwest Indiana, slight delays on 8094 continue westbound from Broadway to before.
What did I just say about the roads, right?
The crash we had there has been cleared. Eastbound traffic from the Ford to past Klein Avenue. Now word of a new crash on 94 westbound before US 420.
SubX.News on the spot reporting here. We're on Union. We're going north from Cermak. It's 5:08 p.m. I believe it's, what is it, the 17th? The 18th. SubX.News on the spot reporting here. Monday, May 18th. We're going north on Union from Cermak to Canalport. This is everybody coming off the highway here. Look at this. What did I talk about in my article from Friday I posted today? There is no plan. No one is working. The city is completely out of control. This is chaos. It's a Monday afternoon rush hour. And you got a major artery flooded out. These are people coming off the highway here. Look at that. See that there? Look. You don't have no city crews here. None. Zero. Zero. You got a sign there. Water on the road. That's all you got here. See that there? Look at that. How ridiculous is this? All you had to do is bring a crew here, suck some of that water out by the drainages, and that's it. But you don't have that going on. You have zero of that going on. See that there? SubX.News on the spot report. We were just at a gun call, right? Where some guys had the guns on the train. Yeah, no one wants to go through that. SubX.News on the spot reporting here. Major artery coming off the highway. If you're coming home, going home, coming from work, coming from school, whatever you're doing, this is what you're dealing with. You see that there? This is what you're dealing with. Got it? SubX.News, right? We're the only ones bringing you this news here, right? There you go, man. That's what you got. That's how our city operates, right? There you go. Look at that. It's deep. See that there? The guy's getting stuck. They don't want to go through the water, right? They're jumping over curbs. It's ridiculous here. They put up a sign there. There's no city workers out here. Look, there's no city workers. There's no one doing anything here. And that's the highway. That's the Dan Ryan. People are getting off the highway. That's a lot of people there. See that there? No city workers at all. Zero. Non-existent. Look at that. SubX.News. That's what you got. That's how our city functions now. Got that? Beautiful city, ain't it? Can't handle one little road. Major artery off the Dan Ryan, flooded out, no city workers here. They got a sign up here. MIA. (5:08 p.m. May 18th, 2026. Union between Cermak and Canalport. The exit off the Dan Ryan. That's what you got there. That's the city. That's how it operates.
just across the street, La Calle Tacos y Tequila had their front glass broken and a cash register stolen. A dark gray sedan was seen fleeing the area. About an hour later, an SUV crashed through the front of a business on West Cermak in the heart of Chicago. Suspects stealing the ATM. Police have not confirmed whether these incidents are related. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up next. It's 5:13.
With combat operations in Iran underway, be here for the facts, the context, and the
Expressway
developments as they happen. Listen every day for continuing coverage. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Beautiful, isn't it? Look at how deep it is.
You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area. There are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offer minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances.
Pretty wild, ain't it?
224-215.
I'm gonna have me a coffee out here. Is that crazy or what? Look at that. Ain't no city workers out here. That's deep. You come out here and suck that stuff out. Pretty wild, ain't it? That's the city of Chicago there.
Cloudy out there for tonight. Should generally be dry this evening, but then later tonight there could be a thunderstorm once again, producing localized down to wind gusts. Low tonight near 70.
Imagine we're in the 3rd largest city of the United States, and that's how we gotta live, right there.
79. It will dry out tomorrow night. Partly also about a little 50. Much cooler for Wednesday. Less humid. Clouds and some sun. Finally near 60. Still cool Thursday. Clouds and sunrise. To Friday mostly cloudy. Couple of showers in the afternoon. Near 60. Right now, Lakefront 77, Midway 76, 76 West Lawn, Air 77, and down to 70. Back to the meteorologist, John Ferry.
John, thank you. It's 5.
That's blocking the traffic off the highway. Let me show you. Look at that. That's coming off the highway. That's a major road there. And it's what? Rush hour.
But Pedro Armstrong found himself in the center of it at Wright Field. He made inappropriate comments to a White House fan who made remarks first. Pro Armstrong addressed that today and said he regretted his actions.
I think I just regret my choice of words the most, and who that affects in my life. Directly and indirectly, I don't think that any other woman in my life would ever think that I would use those kind of words regularly, especially referring to them. So I'm just bummed out about the word choice.
Cubs start the 3-game series with the Brewers this evening. First pitch is at 6:40, tuned to 104.3 the score for the call. Show David Aya gets the ball in that one. He will pose Brandon Sproul to the Brewers. The Cubs enter the series leading again on the Central by a game and a half. The White Sox are in Seattle. They'll start up 3 games with the Mariners tonight. That's an 8:40 first pitch in game 1. As Noah Schultz, the prize lefty rookie, will meet with Brian Boole in that one. In the NBA, the Thunder host the Spurs for the Western Conference Finals in OKC. It'll be the Knicks and Cavaliers on the Eastern Conference side. On the ice, the Sabres host the Canadiens in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Semi. Winner goes on to face the Hurricanes. It's the Avalanche and Golden Knights in the Western Conference Final. With sports at 16:46, I'm Chris Elmo, 104.3 the score for News Radio 159 WBBM.
Hi, Chris. Thank you. 5:18 now. Traffic sponsored by Plumbers 911. Here's Neil.
Backups in Bolingbrook on I-55 northbound, passing Wetland Road to before the Veterans Memorial Tollway. A crash there, and you're heading southbound. That's your Gapers delay. Still a big backup on the Dan Ryan outbound from 47 to Garfield. A stall in the left lane. This is the local lanes. 32 minutes out, you're 21 minutes to drive in. We saw the Lakeshore Drive a little heavier on the north side today. North Avenue to Bella because of the Brewers at Wrigley at 6:40 tonight. We have some delays in Northwest Indiana on I-94 westbound from US 20 in Michigan City to before US 421. Anywhere with crash blocking these delays there. On the expressways, the Eagles coming in about a half hour from Lakewood to the junction. Not bad at all.
Wow, huh?
Travel time in on the Kennedy, 50 or 40 minutes out to O'Hare. On the Eisenhower inbound, heavy in spots from York to Harlem Avenue and then approaching downtown. 52 in from I-90, 32 in from Manhattan.
Crazy, isn't it?
Brake lights from Damon in spots to 25th. 35 to Manheim. It's a 53-minute drive to the Jane Addams. Stevenson out 38 to the Tri-State. 51 minutes to 355, about 35 in. 57 out.
People are trying to not to go in the water, getting caught on that curb over there. See that there? She got caught on that curb over there. There's a Tesla, and that TV gets through. That's an electric car, right?
Veterans Tollway delay, southbound spots from Army Trail to North Avenue, then from the Reagan.
Flooded out here. Yeah, see, they're trying to get past the water there. See that there? Hey there, they're even making videos of it. See that there? Wild, ain't it? Maybe we need to put this on Citizen app, right? 21st and Union. That's where we're at.
Job done right first time. Next report's 528. News Radio 159. WBBM.
Tonight, breezy early, then cloudy and humid. Maybe another thunderstorm, a low near 70, then cloudy, windy, and still humid tomorrow with a high around 80 before cooling down into the 60s on Wednesday. 77 in O'Hare right now. Still fire are dead. Which one? That story coming up at 5:31. One of Broadway's longest running and most iconic musicals is back in Chicago for what could be the last time.
Pretty wild, huh? You don't see any city workers out here, do you? You figure you'd have a city worker out here, right? Man, they keep busting there. SubX.News on the spot reporting. We're at 21st and Union here. This is an exit off the Dan Ryan Expressway. It's completely flooded out here. You see that there? It's flooded out. 21st and Union, and people are trying to go around the water there and they're going over that high curb over there, busting up their cars. And it's really deep over here. You can see that there, right? There's no city workers out here. There's nobody fixing the water, anything like that. Again, this is a major exit. It's going northbound. There you go. There's that truck. Let's see how deep it is with that truck there. See that there? SubX.News. It's all flooded out here, right? That's a highway. That's a main highway, and it's rush hour right now. So these people are either coming to downtown or coming home from work, and they got to deal with this. See that there? Look how deep it is. There's no city workers out here. None. Zero. There's a sign there. Maybe we'll go over there and check out that sign, everybody. What do you guys think? Want to go see that sign? We'll go over there. I'll do some eyewitness news stuff. How about that? Again, SubX.News on the spot reporting here. It's about 5:10, May 18th. 21st and Union, completely flooded out. See that there? Look how deep. Oh man, that guy's going fast there. Look at that. I don't want to get too close. I want to get see. What people are doing is they're going over that curb over there. It's pretty deep. See that there? See, they're going over that curb and they don't want to go through the water. They're going over that curb there. See that there? SubX News on the spot reporting here. SubX News on the spot reporting here. It's 5:23 p.m. May 18th, Monday. We just had a little bit of rain. We're at 21st and Union here. You see this here? It's all flooded out. This is a major artery. That's an expressway there. The Dan Ryan, people are coming off of it. So they're either coming off to go to work, they're coming off to go home, shopping, whatever it is. And you got this thing flooded out here. You see that there? And what people are doing, they don't want to go through the water, so they're jumping that curb over there. And what's the funny thing about this one here, let me show you this. Let me show you this stuff here, right? You got all kinds of busted up vehicles here. See that there? I don't know if they had accidents. Right? Let me show you this. So it's pretty deep. That's an expressway there. Look at that line all backed up there. You see that there? So what's funny about this, right, you got all kinds of stuff here, right? There you go. You got a sign there. That's all you got from the city. See that there? Completely flooded out. You have no city workers here. You have nobody directing traffic. See what they do? They try to get over that little hump there. See that there? And they're busting up their cars there. See that there? And that's what you got there. You got a sign here. You ain't got no city workers out here. None. SubX News on the spot reporting. Rush hour traffic. Having to navigate flooded out streets in the city of Chicago. Pretty wild, ain't it? A sign. We got some guys here, they just showed up. Some guys showed up right there, right? So there you go. You got some city workers that just showed up. Maybe it's because we were live feeding, right? You want to see? Hey, there you go, man, right? There you go, man. Pretty deep over there, man. Pretty wild, huh? We're gonna watch how they fix this or what? There you go, man. SubX News live. See, that guy might be getting stuck there. So you see the city workers just showed up, right? There we go. What do you think they're gonna do, guys? What's the plan here? Wait, why don't we just sit here and we're gonna have some coffee. I shouldn't have coffee when it's hot. But hey, that's how life goes. You only live once, right? So what do you think they're gonna do here? So that's the city workers there. They just showed up. Pretty wild, huh? So you can't shut that down. That's a highway there. People are coming off unless you shut it down up there. I don't know how they're gonna do this. Pretty wild, ain't it? Let me set up my cameras here, guys. So we got the city workers that just showed up. I told you they watch SubX.News, don't they? SubX.News on the spot report. We're going to see how they fix this. How about that? There we go. The city workers just showed up over there. Trying to figure out where to unplug it, right? There you go, right? Again, if you're just tuning in, we're at 21st and Union. I flooded out, whatever. I don't even know. This is just a road. It ain't a viaduct. And this is a main road because it's right off of the Dan Ryan Expressway, right? And city workers just showed up. The city workers truck right there, right? So maybe they'll shut off the highway there. I don't know. So you're gonna shut down a major highway during rush hour because you can't handle the flooding, right? There you go. How about that? Kind of messed up, right? There you go. He's looking for the sewer there, right? That's what he's looking for. That guy, right? Cops coming. There you go, SubX.News on display, and they're going through the water, the coppers. See the cops there? This is not under the viaducts. This is right here in the open. And we're gonna get some coffee. We're gonna drink some coffee. How about that? I'm gonna get jacked up. See what I got in this. Oh, that's plain water. We need coffee. Pretty wild, huh? So they're looking for the drain right now. If you're just tuning in. We're at 21st. We're at 21st and Union. The street is flooded out here, and this is a street that's coming off of the Dan Ryan Expressway. Pretty wild, ain't it? There's the cops. Flood cam. Flooded out. 21st and Union, northbound, getting right off of the Dan Ryan Expressway. Complete backup and flooded out here. 5:30 p.m.
Nearly all officers on the ground will be from CPD or the Cook County Sheriff's Office, according to acting CTA President Nora Learson. Writing the red line afterward and explaining all of this to writers, we asked if they think the new Regional Transit Task Force will curb violent crime on the CTA. Southsider Crystal shares the most common response.
No. Unless they're really going to be like 24 hours a day.
Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, Mayor Johnson's last-ditch proposal to keep the Bears on the city's lakefront is getting a frosty reception from Governor Pritzker.
He has no point. The governor told reporters before his appearance at the Chicago Cares Leadership Breakfast here at the Four Seasons Hotel that he and the mayor have had no conversations about his latest attempt to keep the Bears from moving to Arlington Heights.
No. And in fact, this is kind of typical.
Mayor Johnson's idea would give the city control of the state agency that runs Rate Field as a way to keep the Bears from leaving the lakefront.
The mayor has shown up every spring at the end of session to pronounce what he would like to see happen. And as you know, the budget gets put together starting in November.
And there's no indication it'll be considered by lawmakers before the end of the spring session, May 31st.
We've seen almost nothing out of the mayoral administration here on that subject, or really any other.
We're with the governor in the Gold Coast, Jeff Buckles. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Chicago election clerks have started going over signatures from people planning to run for a seat on the city's fully elected board. Current and prospective board members lined up at the city's education super site in the Loop this morning, starting at 9 a.m. and in their nominating petitions. One of the prospective candidates is Michelle Pierre, who says she's running to, among other things, secure the financial future of the district.
We have a budget crisis. I want to ensure that we can figure out how to make the least impact on children, but also make sure that our property taxes don't keep going up.
The board members being elected this fall will succeed the members appointed by Mayor Johnson. 5:34 around the nation. President Trump has ended his massive $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS.
He agreed to dismiss the lawsuit in exchange for the creation of a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. Legal analyst Lori Levinson says this is unprecedented.
If you have a president like this who sues his own IRS, who then decides to dismiss it and instead put together what some people are calling a slush fund to pay to his supporters, including the January 6th insurrectionists.
The fund would compensate people claiming they were unfairly targeted by the federal government. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
The president says he's holding off on a planned strike against Iran amid negotiations toward ending the war.
The president had not publicly mentioned a military strike tomorrow, but on social media, he now says it's on hold at the request of Mideast allies. Still, the president says he's told the Pentagon to be ready for a full large-scale assault on a moment's notice if no acceptable deal is reached. He had warned Tehran the clock was ticking for it to make a deal. Iran's foreign ministry shrugged off the president's threats this morning, saying Tehran is well-versed on how to respond. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Every neighborhood has its own story. And at Grandview Homes, we know them all. We bought thousands of properties in the communities we're proud.
SubX.News, if you're just tuning in, you're watching a flooded out street here. This is Union. This is 21 South Union. It's a little 1 block north of Cermak. And you see it's flooded out. While we were recording, we were here for about 15-20 minutes, and then finally the city came out. And we posted an article that the city wasn't here, right? So finally the city came out. They're out here. We're gonna see what they do, right? But this is right off the highway. This is right off the Dan Ryan. So if you're getting home, this is what you got to deal with. I don't know how they're going to fix this. You got to pump it or something, find a drain or something like that. I don't know where the drain is. Maybe clean out the drain or something. I have no clue. Pretty deep here. SubX.News on the spot reporting. Flood cam. Guys on Citizen app, want to see? That's the city worker truck there. They're trying to figure it out. See that? That's the Dan Ryan. That's going northbound. Sorry, I meant southbound. We're on the south side. This is going northbound on the south end, right? Sorry, I said it the wrong way. I get confused about that stuff sometimes. So the cars are going northbound from the south side, right? There we go. So they're gonna try to clean this out, it looks like. See that there? There we go. He's got the pipes, he's got everything there, right? Looking for the manhole, right? They're going over there, so they're gonna try to drain it from over there. I ain't got my galoshes on, so I ain't going in the water. Pretty wild, right? So they're gonna try to probably pop the manhole cover off, see if it's plugged down there, right? There you go, you got a big semi coming right there. You got all kinds of cars coming here. Again, that's a main highway here. That's the Dan Ryan going northbound. And they're getting off, right? And they're trying to jump that curb there. So they're trying to jump that curb there, right? So they have to go through that water. So the guys with the city went way over there to try to unplug it, right? Flood cam. That's what you're watching. SubX.News. It's 5:40. You're at 21st and Union. This is looking northbound from the south side of. This is going northbound. This street. You're on Canal, right? You're at 21st Street. You're on the south side of Chicago. In front of me is Canal Port. In back of me is Cermak. This road here is coming off of the Dan Ryan Expressway, and it's rush hour. That's the Dan Ryan Expressway up there. This is a rush hour traffic coming off the expressway. They come in. Some of the people try to jump over that curb there. That's what they try to do. Let's see this guy. He's going pretty fast there. What do you think? He's going to keep going fast or what? Pretty deep here. Look at that. There should be a sewer cap around here, I think. I would figure there'd be a sewer cap on this side somewhere. I guy's over there, and I don't know, the water ain't too high over there. It's deep over here. It's weird. But, hey, I'm not a sewer guy, right? Yeah, maybe they should put a sign up there. But that would take some thinking, Holly. That's too logical there. Yeah, I don't know about that, Holly. That's like, yeah, too smart there. Flood cam. The people are coming off the highway right there. See that? Oh man, he splashed that car, didn't he? Flood cam. That's what you're watching. Again, this is 21st and Union. It's on the south side of Chicago. It's going northbound. These are people getting off the highway. People are getting off the highway, off the Dan Ryan. That's a highway right there. This is an exit. This is an exit ramp of a highway, so it's flooded out. So the traffic is all backed up. Here, I'll show you guys on Citizen app. Look at that. That's the highway there. You see the highway exit ramp right there? It's all backed up. See that there? Driving through this. I drove through puddles before. I'm alright with that. I don't need to splash my car. If you just did your car wash, yeah, it's gonna be dirty now. I got one of my viewers, Holly, on Facebook Live. She's saying, why don't they put a sign on the top there on the expressway? Like, yeah, I guess that'd be a good idea, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. They're trying to find a manhole, I guess. And somebody just said on one of my live feeds that they're going to it's gonna be more, right? More rain tonight. So bosses are cutting 5 minutes from the standard half-hour meeting. Cuts may seem small, but they allow workers to reset between back-to-back calls, giving them time to grab a snack or even run to the restroom. 9:46, time for Sports Now, and here's Chris Evans.
To be honest, every meeting can really just be an email, right? Right, exactly. No, every meeting is that. Their goal is to alter fixes. Anyways, the White Sox are a winning team. That's what the record says at this point of the season. They stand at 24-22, just one game back in first place in the AL Central. Taking 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, underscore the breakthroughs that are happening on the south side. The White Sox have emerged from their rebuild and now they're on the rise. But what happened over the weekend doesn't prove anything for Will Venable. He's already believed in this much
suburbs will still have delays on the east coming in before town of Dexter, Peterson's Junction. You're 24 inbound. Deputy 38 in, 35 on to O'Hare. On Eisenhower, 53 either way to and from St. Adams Tollway. On Stevenson outbound, 38 coming to 294, 46 55, about 31 to drive in. The crash getting cleaned up in Lake County on outbound. Rolling versus away from both sides of the Tollway north on Deputy passing Weber Road. Travel time on the Dan Ryan, 20 an hour, a little bit slower in the express lane. 23 to drive in, Verge in downtown. 57 going out 19 and 25 on the outbound side of the 46 feet at 10. The South Lakeshore Drive story is northbound traffic, which is heavy. In spots at Soldier Field, Belmont. Cubs traffic, Cubs and the Brewers at Wrigley starting up at about an hour, less than an hour now, actually. Across the tollways, nothing major in Northwest Indiana, pretty heavy traffic on I-94. Westbound to US 20 in Michigan City before US 421. That is a crash in the right lane. Got sponsored by Lower Museum, which recently completed a 5-year multi-million-dollar renovation. Explore attractions, upgrades, and a barbecue menu. Enjoy exhibits in a massive military zone, smoke machines, and a wide exhibit in Jurassic Gardens. It's incredible fun. All ages visit Polo Park.
It's getting deeper. What do you guys think? It looks like it's getting deeper to me. They guys ain't doing too much. He's looking for something. I don't know what the dude's looking for. It looks like to me it's getting deeper. That's all I gotta say. 21st and Union flooding. There you go. You found the drain right there, right? There's a city worker looking for the drain. Wouldn't you have this on the internet or something? Think about this, everybody. So, I'm going to say this. If I'm progressive, and I'm AI, and I'm Mr. Super Smart Guy, and I'm going to go through the future and not be a crony rip-off guy, wouldn't I have put all of these sewer caps on the internet? See, those are the kind of things progressive should be doing. You punch it in, say, there's a flooding happening. That guy's busting up his car there. You'd come here, you punch in the address and say, here, this is where the sewers are, right? Because sewers are made by the city. They should have all of these, like, on a blueprint somewhere, but it looks like these guys don't know where they're at. Think about it. That's what you want your city to be doing. Using our resources, our taxes, right? These guys are jumping over that curb over there. See that there? Think about it. That's what you should be doing with our tax money. Doing it so what? You know exactly where it is. You have a GPS coordinate. You go straight to the coordinate. You find it. You pop the thing off. You put a suction cup in there or something. And you suck out the water and you fix it. You got a guy with a stick looking around on the sidewalk. Did you see that there? Look, I ain't putting the guy down. That's not his fault. But shouldn't this be like a little more technical in the year 2020, whatever we are, 2026? He's looking around with a stick, man. I don't know, man. I think you should have this all electronic by now. So what happens if you need to find a sewer cap? You don't know where it's at? It's weird, isn't it? SubX.News. Flood cam. Flood cam. And they got the cars driving by, which is a little dangerous. And it looks like they got the sewer cap's gonna be right there somewhere. Looks like they're gonna get the sewer cap there, right? There you go, he found it. It's right there. That's the sewer there. You see that there? So they're gonna pop that off or something. They're gonna work on that over there, man. See that there? SubX.News. Flood cam. Flood cam. 21st and Union. We're at the exit off the Dan Ryan there. There you go. So the sewer looks like it's right there. Everybody's seeing where the sewer's at. Plus, you got traffic running. This is rush hour traffic.
RogersRoofing.com.
I was diagnosed with postmenopause.
It's all rush hour up there. See that? That's the expressway right there.
My doctor said I needed to start treatment right away. He prescribed
Let me show you guys on Citizen app. This is the expressway right there. See that? That's oh, you got a Tesla going through there. That's the expressway, right?
Osteoporosis at high risk for fractures.
See if that Tesla gets through there, huh?
Your bones. Evenity is proven to significantly reduce spine fracture risk in 12 months. Elaine is a real Evenity patient. Individual results may vary. Evenity can increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you've had a heart attack or stroke. Do not.
SubX.News. Flood cam. Flood cam. Is it going down? I don't know. It looks like it's going up to me. Maybe I'm just biased, so. They're gonna, the guy said they're gonna go in back of there, I think, and put a pump back there, so.
Traveling with you together on the busy nights on the roads, Neil?
Yeah, there's some spots. We're going to start on DeSalvo Lakeshore Drive. You have some Cubs traffic taking over the north.
See, people are going over that hump there. See that?
To Belmont, the Cubs are the Brewers tonight at Wrigley at 6:40. We have a lingering delay on I-55. Here, 355 on the northbound side. And a Baker Place. Westbound 73 jammed up from US 20 to US 421. That's Michigan City, and that's a crash in the right lane. Travel times are starting to come down a little bit. The Eden's coming in now 24 on the Kennedy 38 in, 35 out to O'Hare. Eisenhower inbound 50 from I-90 and 43 to drive out to the Jane Addams Tollway. Stevenson going out to the Tri-State 32 if you're headed for the Veterans Tollway, 41 minutes, about a half hour in. On the Dan Ryan 21 out, 19 minutes inbound, 57 going out 19 and 24 on the outbound Ford, 16 to make it in between 8094 and the Dan Ryan. Be safe. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report 608 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, thanks so much.
crashed the sign there, man.
76 Mount O'Hare, 75 Lakefront.
They crashed the sign, man.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news traffic and weather station. News
Mayhem. Flooding mayhem.
Coming up in the next half
6 o'clock.
BBM Cicero Carrera, a proposed nighttime increase could mean higher monthly bills for millions across northern Illinois.
Mayor Johnson's plan to have Chicago buy and operate its downtown Greyhound bus terminal advances through the city council. Plus, 3 people killed in a mosque in San Diego. 2 suspected shooters also found out later are self-inflicted wounds. The latest on that coming up from CBS News. Sports Cups, there's the Brewers Sox face the Mariners out west.
Wall Street Indy mix today, well off the session lows on hopes for an end to the war in Iran. The Dow today at 160 points, the Nasdaq down 134, the S&P lower by 5. I'm Tom Busby.
6 degrees at 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. 3 men are killed in a shooting at the Islamic Center of San Diego. Police say both suspects are dead. More for CBS's Jonathan Vigliani.
Immediately, officials declaring this a hate crime. They were treating it as such. They're working with the FBI as this investigation continues. In terms of what happened, according to them, with this timeline just before noon today, they say these 2 gunmen stormed them up at the center, opening fire multiple times before then fleeing in a vehicle where they continued to carry out opening fire.
The center is home to a mosque and a school. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall says among those killed was a mosque security guard. He believed he played a pivotal role in keeping the attack from being much worse. In Simi Valley, California, mandatory evacuations are issued as a brush fire grows to more than 830 acres with no containment. CBS News Los Angeles' Dalia Caviaro is there.
Snow was getting thicker and thicker as we were moving up the hill when we were coming from the freeway vantage point. I mean, the plume looked huge, but it looked white. Moving closer, we see a significant amount of hot spots, more engines coming forward, and of course we see the endless drops of water.
Democrats and government watchdogs could be vowed to challenge a plan by the Trump administration to set up a $1.7 billion fund for those who claim they were treated unfairly by the Justice Department during the Biden era. According to Loyola law professor Lori Levinson,
It's never good that you have a president like this who sues his own IRS, who will decide to dismiss it and instead put together what some people are calling a slush fund to pay to his supporters, including the January 6th insurrection.
an ICE officer has been charged in a non-fatal shooting during the immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota. CBS's Penny McCormick reports.
January shooting of a Venezuelan man who was illegally in the U.S. He had been accused of beating an officer, but a judge dismissed the charges and opened an investigation into whether 2 immigration officers lied under oath about what happened. A warrant has now been issued for Castro's arrest.
Congo will open 3 treatment centers for the Ebola virus in one province, and the World Health Organization is sending a team of experts to the country following an outbreak that has killed more than 110 people. Congolese officials say an American doctor in Congo is among the newly confirmed cases of a rare type of Ebola virus. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'll tell you.
So if you're just tuning in, this is 21st and Union. It's 1 block north of Cermak. That's the Dan Ryan Expressway right there. And I guess the city guys are in their truck now. I don't know what they're doing. So people are jumping that curb because they don't want to go through that deep water there. You see that there? People are jumping that curb right there. That's the Dan Ryan Expressway there. And it's rush hour. That traffic is backed up. You got a guy with the motorcycle there, and let's see what he does. See the guy with the motorcycle? See everybody jumping the curb there? beeping their horns, man. You ain't going nowhere. It's flooded out. That guy's going slow right there, man. He's deep. Look at that guy in that silver car there. That's deep, man. Look at that guy right there. SubX.News, flood cam.
Oklahoma City hosting San Antonio. Steve Caven, CBS News.
NextEra Energy is looking to acquire Dominion Energy in an all-stock deal valued at about $67 billion, creating a massive power company as the energy needs of artificial intelligence drive demand higher in the U.S. The combined company would serve approximately 10 million utility customer accounts across Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
6:05, Monday, the 18th of May. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andy Dane. Cloudy skies right now in Chicago, 76 degrees. AccuWeather forecast for the rest of the evening. Breezy early on, otherwise cloudy and humid. Could see some thunderstorms around late this evening. The risk of hail and damaging winds with those storms. Low tonight near 70 degrees. A cloudy, windy, and humid day tomorrow. Showers and perhaps more heavy thunderstorms in the afternoon. High 79. Things really start to cool down tomorrow evening. We'll have the details in our 5-day forecast coming up at 6:15. Our top local story here on News Radio WBBM. Utility watchdog groups now accusing Nicor Gas of burying massive overcharges inside of its latest rate hike request. Story from WBBM, Sarah Herrera.
Consumer advocates say Nicor customers are still avoiding recent increases, and now the utility is seeking another $221 million rate hike. Groups, including the Citizens Utility Board, outlined what they describe as inflated and unnecessary costs inside the proposal. Jim Towson is the communications director.
It's filled with corporate excess. It's filled with a high profit margin. It's filled with lavish executive bonuses, and it should be slashed.
Consumer groups say the utility is treating customers unfairly during an affordability crisis.
Everybody agrees that Nicor should maintain its system in a cost-efficient way, but they shouldn't do it by bankrupting their customers.
Nicor says natural gas remains a critical energy source for
Looks
most
like it's going down a little bit.
Argues the investments are necessary for long-term reliability. Sarah Herrera, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Members of a city council committee have advanced part of Mayor Johnson's strategy to take over Chicago's downtown Greyhound bus terminal.
This all started when Greyhound's private equity owner said it planned to sell or close the bus line's depot on Harrison Street, and if that happened, it would literally force passengers to the curb. Jeffrey Cohen from the city's planning department explained the administration's goal to members of the finance committee.
The city values this community benefit and plans to acquire the station.
But first, the city needs to expand an existing development zone to include the station, which would unlock as much as $50 million to buy it and fix it up. The station's in the ward of downtown Alderman Bill Conway, who told colleagues that he's met with city leaders after first discovering the plans during last fall's budget debate.
As a result, the plans are certainly beginning to come together.
And even though this proposal just deals with putting the area around the station into a special district, Ray Lopez from the Southwest Side said he needs to see more about the administration's plan before he's ready to get on board.
This is a half-baked plan.
For now, this part of it is headed to the full council. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
6:08, time now to update traffic and weather together on the 8th. Good evening, Abby Ryan.
Good evening, Andy. If you're on the inbound side of the Edens, Lake Cook to the Kennedy Junction, your travel time clocking in at 24. Slow before Tower past Debster, Peterson to the junction. Outbound is clear. Kennedy outbound. You've got a travel time of 23
See how they're going over that curve there?
To the airport, heavy from the Jaybird interchange to Sayre. Inbound, heavy spots from Cumberland.
That's
to
the highway
Tennessee,
up there.
and then Armitage past the Wintrust Mural at North Avenue to before Ohio. 38 O'Hare 17 coming in from the Junction. It's an hour out, 25 to Manheim, 43 to I-90. Inbound, a 50-minute ride. Heavy spots from
coming
North
off the
Ohio,
highway.
Sacramento to Racine. 30 of those minutes coming in from Manheim. The outbound side of the Stevenson, that is a 22-minute ride to Cicero, 32 to 294, 41 over to 355. The inbound side, 30 minutes, 355 into to South of Lakeshore Drive.
That's the highway there.
On the outbound side, that is thickening at 21, inbound 19
I-55 will
21 right here. That's what they're talking about.
Truck skills to 355 and cleanup of an earlier crash heavy past 355 on the southbound side for the Gapers delay. You're on I-57 outbound, so
that's the highway there.
80 and 18 to I-80 Bishopport outbound 21 inbound of 16 that arrived due southwest for gradual southbound heading from Chicago to Elmont touch traffic. It's Brewers and Woodland Field at 640. See something happening, call us anytime.
They mentioned it on the radio, but not that it's flooding. It looks like it's going down a little bit. People are beeping. That's the highway exit up there. Holly said, one of our viewers said, why don't they put a sign up there? Yeah, I don't know. That would probably be good. Looks like it's going down. It does look like it's going down. If you notice there, you can see the road up there now. You couldn't see the road up there, so it's going down a little bit. It's going down a little bit because you can see the road over here. Let me show you. See that where he's coming out? You can see the road up there. Before it was all flooded. So you can see it. It's going down a little bit. It's going down a little bit. Holly's like, yeah, we're doing flood cam today, man. Hey, you know, SubX.News, we'll take anything as entertainment. As long as it ain't shooting people, we're all right. A little flooding never hurt anybody. There we go. Maybe this is more entertaining than watching a shooting. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, they're coming off the highway there. That's a highway exit. So you're coming off a highway, you need to go somewhere and like, what's this? Wow, that guy's going deep there, ain't he? Pretty wild, huh? We got a good vantage point here. Everybody's beeping, right?
5 a.m. in the hour before, just about 2 miles east in the first block of East Cermak near Michigan Avenue. The front glass of at least 3 businesses have been busted out, with it being reported by police that items were only taken from one. A cash register stolen from La Calle Tacos y Tequila. Police say an SUV was used in the ATM theft, the dark-colored sedan, and the burglaries on East Cermak, with several suspects involved in each. There has yet to be confirmation that these incidents are related.
Smash and grabs on East Cermak this morning.
Taking the Trump administration to court over a confrontation with federal immigration agents at a West Side hospital last year. The encounter between Alderperson Jesse Fuentes and agents inside of Humboldt Park Health was captured on video circulated on social media. Fuentes can be heard asking for information about a man who reportedly suffered a broken leg, being arrested at the height of Operation Midway Place. Fuentes then put in handcuffs. While lawsuit accuses agents of assault and false imprisonment, administration officials of ignoring a federal tort claim seeking damages 5 weeks after the incident.
Oh, finally IDOT's here. See that? IDOT just showed up. See that there? IDOT just showed up. Can you see that, guys?
Moundsburg is currently serving as the Henry's police chief and has been in the department since 1999. City council members are voting to decide if that role should be expanded to clear city administrator. The position would be temporary until the council finds a permanent replacement. It comes with a pay bump. $20,000 will be added to his current salary of a little more than $200,000. The Henry's mayor has been filling in as city administrator since the former resigned. Glover for News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Person suspected of having a Hudson virus in Winnebago County turned out to be a false alarm. The Illinois Department of Public Health says that person tested negative for the illness. The president no longer considered to be a fit risk, and no further public health action is necessary. Officials reiterate the risk of Illinois residents getting hantavirus.
There's a water management guy right there.
We'll check the AccuWeather 5-day forecast and latest in sports news coming up next. It's 6:14.
That guy's coming. He's going to try to unplug it, maybe.
Sign up for WBBM's daily newsletter. Up-to-date information delivered right to your inbox. Click on the sign up
another guy who just showed up. See that there?
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well,
I don't know why they don't block. Like Holly said, I don't know why they don't block the traffic, right? That guy's scared there. So we got a water department guy over here. Another one. See that there? SubX.News flood cam. They should block that street and do whatever they're gonna do. Too fast.
This rivalry is pretty cool.
The Cubs open up a 3-game series with the Brewers. Game 1 starts up at 6:40 from the north side. Jonah Imanaga gets the ball in the opener, meeting with Brandon Sproat in that pitching matchup. It's 1-4-3 at the score for the Call. The White Sox on the West Coast. They'll start 3 games with the Mariners tonight at T-Mobile Park. First pitch is at 8:40. Noah Schultz meets with Brian Wu in that matchup. In the NBA, the Western Conference Finals begins tonight in OKC. The Thunder host the Spurs for Game 1. That figure lays a battle between the top 2 teams of the West this season. The Eastern Conference Finals starts tomorrow at Madison Square Garden. The Cavaliers rolled Game 7 last night's game with the Knicks. And there's a Game 7 on the ice for the longest floor for the Lakers. Uptime is coming on at 6:30 for that one. Like the Bulls, the Sixers have never won a championship. They're just going to make a step towards that tonight on home ice. The score is 6. I'm Chris Sutton. Lead the score from News Radio 105.9 WPBN. Chris, thank you. 6:18. Traffic and weather to get home leads. Sponsored by Green Clips. Here's everyone.
All right, now, Andy, it's on the inbound side. 19-minute ride. Someone's from Tower to Dexter past Peterson Junction. Outbound is clear, and on the Kennedy outbound is 23 to Metro 35 up to the airport. Inbound 28 over here to downtown. Heavy spots from Cumberland to Diversey, Armitage, Pascagoula, Trustfield from Navajo to Ohio. 17 coming in from the Beach Junction. I-190 looks good. Eisenhower out, 25 to Manheim, 43 to I-90, and down to 50, the outbound Stevenson. 32 to 294, it's heavy spots from Ryan before Harlem, and then Tri-State 355, 41 to 355. Inbound slows from first past Harlem, 30 minutes in from 355. I-55 northbound, that is heavy from the Bolingbrook truck scales to 355. Clean up an earlier crash southbound, heavy passing 355 at a Gateway delay. Dan Ryan outbound 21, inbound 19. I-57 outbound slow from Bryan past Holstead and leaving fast, heavy past I-80, 18 to I-80 at Bishopport outbound. southbound, 21 inbound a 16-minute ride. So far, New Salt Lakeshore Drive southbound slows from Monroe over to Roosevelt. Northbound heavy spot Chicago to Belmont with clubs traffic. And they play at 6:40 tonight. And Tri-State Tollway heading on the southbound side. It's heavy spots from 290 to Ogden and I-80 past Wolstead, Route 53 northbound. Heading from the Jane Addams Freeway to Algonquin, long-term road work. 80 is okay. 8094 eastbound, slow spot Bishop Ford Broadway. Westbound, jammed US 20 Michigan City to before 421. Crash blocks the right lane. Traffic sponsored by Great Clips. Summer is the time for making memories, not appointments. That's why there's Great Clips. You can use online check-in to get in for a haircut whenever it works for you. Get back to summer faster with a great haircut at Great Clips. It's going to be great. Next report, 628 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Accurate forecast for the rest of the evening. It'll be breezy early on, then cloudy and humid. Thunderstorms possible late tonight with a risk of hail and damaging winds, low near 70 degrees. Cloudy, windy, and staying humid tomorrow. A couple of showers, even thunderstorms that can bring damaging winds. A high of 79, and partly mostly cloudy tomorrow night. Much cooler, low down to 50. Right now, cloudy skies, 76 degrees at O'Hare, 75 midway and in front. Wall Street today, the Dow added 160 points. NASDAQ down 134. The S&P fell 5 at 620. Our top story this hour, those who want to run to serve on Chicago's soon-to-be fully elected school board officially turn in petition signatures to have their names on November's ballots. We'll have much more on the story coming up at 6:31. The News Watch continues.
You can introduce potentially allergenic foods to your baby.
So what do you guys say? We're gonna get out of here or what? Be going down a little bit. It looks like it's going down just a little bit, but whatever. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go see what other kind of news there is out there. That's enough. We can check if there's any other flooding somewhere else, right? That's what we can do. Alright, Citizen App, we'll talk to you guys later, okay? We're going to get out of here, everybody. We're going to see what's happening in other parts of the city. Flooded out over here at 21st and Union, northbound, getting off of the Dan Ryan. 6:22 p.m. May 18, 2026. Ready to get out and listen to some radio calls, see what we missed. We've been watching this for a little while, so we're going to have to go back a little bit.
Maybe I've lost you at 13 West Division. 105. That's 7388 Adam. 7388 Adam. We're going to take train number 5139 westbound on the green line. Are you giving me that number, please?
So 10896, 10896.
Thank you. Two on the citywide. Yep, but one more number for Monroe Harbor.
Take 10920, 10920.
That's one, thank you.
383 David.
730. Hey, numbers for 36 on the run line.
Take 10922, 10922.
1753.
175.
Good evening, Camp Patrol.
10-4, good evening.
7386.
736.
Event number for quality of life mission on the red lane from Louisville to Claiborne.
Take event number 10930, 10930.
7388 Adam again.
7388 Adam.
Yeah, S and Boy are going to do a trip mission at Central on the green line. If I could get an event number, please.
You said Central? So 10936, 10936.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just fix this.
73867.
Visual red line, please.
10945, 10945.
7386 David.
86 David.
Can you get a number for Clark and Lake, please?
10974, 10974.
7386 Eddie.
Eddie. Your number for Chicago red line. I'll take 10978, 10978.
7384 point.
73.
Event for quality of life at 55th and the red line.
Quality of life.
10983, 10983.
733 units of citywide. We get a person shot 71st and Ashland. Caller says two people are lying in the parking lot. She doesn't know if the people are dead or alive. Hispanic male last seen wearing all black clothing.
Let's go. 71st and Ashland. Two people shot in the parking lot, right?
4603.
Yes, that's the other number for Homeland Security check in campus, please.
10-4, take event 11006, 11006.
71st and Ashland, two people shot in the parking lot.
Okay.
71st and Ashland.
7383 Event number for third leg red line, please.
11016, 11016.
Number 363.
7363.
Number for a drop off and 47 in the red.
11022, 11022.
7384 Charlie.
7384 Charlie.
Can you give me back numbers for 47 in the red line?
So 11036, 11036.
Units to 1971 in Citywide. We're getting an assault in progress at 1207 West Leland. Caller states an unruly tenant named Tony Rice, male black, is threatening their female security officer. Unknown if he has any weapons. District 19 Zone 2 station clear.
4712.
4712.
And punch me up a separate number. I did two sweeps on two vehicles, both negative.
You said two?
Yes, sir, two.
Alright, take 11057, 11057, and 11058.
Ready to go?
738-480. Good evening, squad. Can I have an event number for Red Line Tech Cermak, please? Good evening. Take 11070, 11070.
Federal units in 12 citywide, 1235 calling out loud reports. Somewhere in the area of 16th and Morgan, 16th and Morgan, south of that location. Loud
That's
reports
right here.
reported by 1235. I'm nothing further. 12th District, Zone 3.
7388 Charlie. 7388 Charlie. Let's right on Roosevelt, eastbound from Laramie. Your event number is 11093, 11093.
Houston 5, glad that I'm wrapped.
383 David. 7383 David. For 35 and the red line. 11125, 11125.
PH3 citywide.
PH3.
We're up from Midway. 7686 handle.
7686 Adam.
Close boat, red line, please.
11161, 11161. 736 Eddie. The number for Chicago Red Line. 11198, 11198. 83 boy. 7383 boy. Good, the number for the service on 39 Red Line. 11204, 11204.
7385 Eddie.
7385 Eddie.
Did you get a call of an overdose at 6th Street Red Line?
About you.
Overdose.
Yeah, you got a fire route to the location.
And for ambulance 30 is on scene, they're going to make a removal through St. Bernard, and can we get the event number for the camera?
What's your call sign again?
Overdose, 69th Street Red Line. Overdose, 69th Street Red Line.
730, I put on your box. That event number is 11170, 11170.
There you go, overdose, right? That just happened. So we have a drug problem, we got a crime problem, we got infrastructure issues. And what? We got a mayor that's going to Rome, right? He's going to Rome for a vacation. And we're gonna lose the Bears on top of it. So we're losing a multi-billion-dollar corporation. We have overdoses, we have flooding, we have shootings, and he's going to Rome. That's the kind of leader we got. A non-leader, right?
11333, 11333.
384 David.
734 David.
We landed 065 in the Miami.
Alright, 1833 on the clock.
That's what we got going on in the city of Chicago. You can like it or not. You can not like what I say, but I didn't say that stuff. You can hear it on the radio. Got it? That's why I do live feeds. My show has nothing to do with me. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. You've seen the flooding. You just heard the shooting. You just heard an overdose. You just heard what the governor say. There's no plan for the Bears. So it all is together, right? Don't you get it? The dude's incompetent. Is he doing it on purpose? He's going to pay people off to get reelected now? I don't know. I have no clue how this is going to work. A complete incompetence. You got him paying people. There's people now working for him, right? Crime interrupters. Yeah, I'm going to say this. You got a crime interrupter that said, yeah, we were with a couple of hundred kids that were jumping on cars and no one got shot. Yeah, that's not the bar we should be going for. We should be going for, they're not destroying people's property and they're not destroying people's peace. That's all disorderly conduct. There used to be a charge called what? Unlawful assembly. Unlawful assembly. Remember those shootings last year or 2 years ago out on the west side where 3 or 4 people got shot? It's called an unlawful assembly. Right? You can get a charge with that. That's not violating your constitutional rights. If you're assembling for a lawful reason, it's okay. But if you're assembling for an unlawful reason, meaning drinking, drugs, those kinds of things, then you can be arrested. You can say, well, what about the St. Patrick's Day parade? They drink there. Well, that's a parade. And it's a lawful assembly. And then they catch them with the drinks. They pour them down and they arrest people if they're disorderly. But if you're going into neighborhoods at 10, 11 o'clock at night, doing something, I don't know what you're doing, it's called an unlawful assembly. But no one gets arrested and people say, oh, no one got shot. Yeah, I don't think that's what we should be saying. First of all, who's organizing those events? Why are the people in the neighborhood? Why aren't they at a park at least, or the lakefront, or some empty abandoned building? I mean, let them be in abandoned buildings, empty parking lots, even the lakefront. I could care less. Be at the lakefront at 9, 10 o'clock at night. That's cool with me. I could care less. I'm not in a neighborhood. Nah, that ain't too cool. And then to say that they didn't shoot nobody. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. This is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. You can tell people who are two things: untrained to do violence interruption. You can tell people that are untrained in doing that type of work. Secondly, you can tell when they try to be friends with the criminals. That's how you can tell. You never be friends with the criminals. Never. And you can say, well, that's not criminal. Yeah, it is. When there's 200-300 people running around the neighborhood doing things, yeah, it's kind of illegal. It's illegal. Period. You can say what it is or isn't. But when you say, oh, they're my friends, oh, they need to be talked to, no, that's not how that works. When you're doing a crime, that's you're doing the crime. There you go, 69th Street, right up there, right? Overdose, right? That's right up there. You just seen it. There's an overdose up there. No one's talking about that. You're talking about kids jumping on cars, which is illegal, but we're not talking about the drug problem. Why? Because those are distractions. Those meets, and I said this about 2-3 months ago, they do that as a distraction during criminal activity. And they're organized by crime drug gangs. And then you cater to those people, you're part of it. If you say it's okay, they didn't shoot each other, you're part of the crime. You're part of it. You are the criminal. Because you're part of the narrative that says it's okay. That's all I got to say. You can agree with me or not. That's my opinion. But I've been doing this kind of stuff for years. I have a few licenses about safety and I have a license to be a teacher. I have a license to be a principal of a building where there's young people. I've had to go through these kinds of trainings and ideas of how do you quell violence among youth. And you don't say, oh, they didn't shoot each other. Nah, you don't say that. That's a wrong thing to say there. I'm sorry to say that. There's certain things you got to look for, right? Ashland, right? We're going to the shooting over here. There's a shooting right down the street. So we just seen flooding. We just seen an overdose. Now we're going to a shooting over here on Ashland, they say, in the parking lot. There's always a shooting over here on 71st and Ashland, though. I seem right to remember, right? There you go, you got police tape all over here, right? And you can agree with me or not. I could care less. You can start up your own page and do whatever you want. You can show porno videos. You can do your red line video showing the crime and drugs. I do whatever you want. It's a free country. I could care less. I don't care. You know, I like what Trump said about the lawsuit. I think I'm going to sue. I'm going to get some of that money about Biden because I lost my other Facebook page because of Biden. They deactivated my page because if I put something about Biden going to Maui during the fires. I put the protesters up there and they said that was political and they wiped out all my page, including my personal activity with my family for over 15 years. 15 years of pictures of my family was wiped out. Yeah, that's how nasty Biden is. I don't want to say nothing. I don't like Trump. I really don't like Trump. But Biden was nasty. He was a nasty man, the people behind him. He's like the people now with, oh man, they took one of those pumps out. There you go. We're at the Falcon, man. They took that pump out there. See that there? That's messed up. All right, let's go see what's going on over here. Let's go see what happened to the radio calls. I talk too much sometimes. I need to not talk because that people say, oh, you don't know what you're saying, la 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 la. I say, yeah, that's okay. Get lost. I'm sorry to talk like that. That's how life is. That's why we got America. People didn't like their other countries, whether it was China, Ireland, Russia, people from Afghanistan, people from Africa, people from all over the world come to our country because they don't like their country. That's the fact. And that's why we got freedom of speech here, right? We're going to go back to 6. Let's see what's going on here.
Event for quality of life at 55th and the red line.
Quality of life. That means they don't arrest somebody.
10983, 10983.
733 units in Citywide. We get a person shot 71st and Ashland. Caller says 2 people are lying in a parking lot. She doesn't know if the people are dead or alive. Hispanic male last name wearing all black clothing. Is the shooter and still on scene. Fires rolling. District 7, Zone 6 clear.
That's where we're going.
4603. That's the number for Homeland Security check. You get cameras, please. 10-4, take event 11006, 11006.
There's the ambulance coming right now. It's going to University of Chicago. Right here. You'll see it in front of us. The ambulance is coming right here, right? I think. Right there. That's the ambulance. Right there. It's going to University of Chicago behind us, right?
Drop off and 47 in the red. 11022, 11022. 7384 Charlie. 7384 Charlie. I'm getting event number for 47 in the red line. So 11036, 11036.
No number ambulance. That's probably coming from the shooting scene over here on 71st and Ashland.
Give us a 11036, 11036.
No number ambulance. Most likely coming from the shooting scene on Ashland and 71st. No number ambulance. And if you don't like what I say, well, too bad. Go find another place to get your news from. One, you don't pay me to do this work. This is my own work. That's why I don't take money. You want to send me some donation for coffee and tires or repairs? Right now, I got my brakes being done on my other car. That's going to cost me $1,000. Brake job. Because the certain brakes I have. $1,000. Last month I had to do my linkage. That was $1,400. That's $2,400. You do what you want, man. Send me some coffee money if you want.
Green shirt, white shorts. 11036,
Right? I ain't talking and I ain't whining. It's just the facts, right? The facts, right? That's the facts. I do my own stuff. That's why I can do my stuff. I'm not beholden to nobody, man.
7386 Eddie.
I ain't beholden to nobody. That's the way I do it. I want to do what I want to do and say what I want to say. You don't like it, find another place to get your free news. That's it. Get lost. Go find another place. My kid, Alex, he always says, Dad, I always tune into you and you're always telling people, get lost. I said, yeah, why not? Who cares? Get lost. If you don't like what I say, go. There's a guy we're going to look for. He was insulting the viewers. I'm going to find out who he is. And look, if you start insulting my viewers, I'm going to mark it down and I'm going to send it to the FBI and say you're a domestic terrorist, that you're terrorizing Americans. Whoever that was out in California shooting up that place, right? I don't care if it's Muslims, Jews, blacks, whites, Catholics, Christians, Baptists, Buddhists. You cause harm? You want to harm people? You're a terrorist. Get out of here, man. You're not welcomed in our page. You're a terrorist. You harm our society. If you're not understanding of what our society is about free speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of association, then you're not welcome here, man. You're not welcome here. You're a terrorist. That means you want to harm people. This is what I always say this. Not every terrorist carries a gun. And you need to remember that. Not every terrorist carries a gun. You know how I started thinking of that? My kid's in the military. He's 8 years in now. 8 or 9. I think he's in his 9th year now. And you know what he tells me? He tells me all these things. I'm not going to say everything he tells me, right? For every one soldier, there's 10 to 20 support staff. So think about it. For every one terrorist, how many support staff there are? You need people to pass laws. You need people to write books. You need news media. You need cooks. You need people who supply the guns. You need all of that stuff. Just like a soldier, that's what terrorists need. All right, we're on Ashland. Let's see what's going on here, right? Is it at that liquor store there? They always have shootings at that liquor store here, right? We're going to see over here.
11503, 11503. 7341. I'm going to get you that. We're station check. State late. 11509, 11509.
I don't see no shooting there. That's good. No one got shot. That's great. That means we don't have to worry about that. That's good. I don't want people to get shot. Shooting people is bad news. We're going to drive around. They said somebody got shot over here. I don't see it. We're going to go up and down the block here a little bit, right?
11518.
You can see a whole police presence out there. It doesn't look like there's nobody shot out there, right?
7386 David. How much for Clark and Lake, please? 11522, 11522.
We'll go up and down the block a little bit. It doesn't look like no one shot here, right? That's good. Woohoo! Nobody shot. That's excellent. I don't like people being shot. That's bad news. I don't care what it is. It's not good for people to be shot. That's not good for a city, right? We're going to go up and down a little bit. Man, this is abandoned here, man. This is bad news out here. They said in the parking lot, right? Oh, there's something over there. Oh, there was something right down the street there. I pray that no one got shot. How about that? SubX.News says that, right? There's an abandoned building right there. Right?
11529, 11529.
Yeah, we don't want people to get shot. I wish there would nobody get shot. None. Zero.
You might be back here again. You left reluctantly. Alright, Tesla, we got you good. 19 call. That event number is 11170, 11170.
It's a bad neighborhood. Looks like it's all dilapidated here. What is this? What neighborhood is this? 71st and Ashland. What is this? I don't know, man. There's a lot of boarded up buildings around here, man. Yeah, my kid, my youngest kid who's in college. He just finished off some college. He's back a little bit. He's doing some things. He's a smart kid. He did the communications over there. right? And he tells me certain things, right? I try to adjust to what he says. He's a young guy, right? What he always tells me is this. He goes, Dad, you talk a certain way. And I said, that's just the way I am. He goes, yeah, but what you got to do is make sure that what he wants me to start saying is he wants me to start talking about what can you fix and how do we fix it. There's a big barbecue thing here, man. Look at that. I don't see anybody here, right? Hey, we're just gonna get some barbecue. How about that, right? Looks like no one shot over here. I don't see anything going on. Anybody hear anything on the radio where the shooting might be? Sometimes they do the shootings up here, right? 69. We're gonna do a U-turn here, right? No, I don't see anybody. Doesn't look like any. I don't see anybody shot here. And let's throw that on there. I don't see anybody here. Let's throw that on the internet, right? I don't see no shooting victims, right? Anybody here on the radio? What happened? Yeah, I don't see no crime scenes around here by 71st and Ashland. Don't see any crime scenes over by 71st and Ashland. Ashland. Alright, let's go down one more time. Let's take another drive, right? I talk about this once in a while. That's why we got America. That's why we got it. You don't live under a king. You don't live under a theocracy. You don't live under nothing. We do whatever we want here. That's why we have Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 32, Channel 11. We got different channels, right? Why? So you can watch what you want. You don't have to watch one news channel. You can watch the one you like.
You just gotta check the well being at Randolph and the Drive, southbound. So Randolph to Lakeshore Drive. Got a male white with long blonde hair, no shirt. He's walking in the opposite direction of traffic. 13 Alright, 2-4, thanks.
We're gonna go down a little bit, right? No, I don't see none. I've been to a few shootings here at the liquor store there. Nothing going on over here. I was gonna get some of that barbecue, maybe.
Adam. 7386 Adam. World's on the red line, please. 11593. 11593.
Ain't nothing going on around there. We would see the whole street blocked off. It was something.
3242.
Ain't nothing going on.
Helping 13.
So far.
Maybe on Racine. But we came down We came down 71st, so we would have seen it. Right. Go around here. We'll go back and forth. We'll see if there's anything going on in this neighborhood, right? And then we'll go. It's almost 7 o'clock, so it's about our bewitching hour, right? We don't want to turn into a pumpkin, you know what I'm talking about? Physically and metaphorically. So no shooting scenes down here. We'll go up. We'll check around here. Yeah, I don't see any. So. We did see an ambulance leaving, so we'll have to check it at home. What happened, right? We'll check what that ambulance was about, right? We did see an ambulance going towards University of Chicago. I mean, and that did happen quick. I don't know. Did we get there before the cops? I don't know. Sometimes that happens. All right, we're at Damon and 74th now, going northbound. Pretty much caught up on our radio calls. So. And not all of the dispatches are what they call bona fide, right? That's what you get, right? We're on Damon. We're going northbound now, right? I shouldn't say where I'm at in case people don't like me. They can come and get me, right? Whatever. God knows when it's my time, and if he chooses it, then he chooses it. And that's all that I got to say on that one. To be fearful of what you do on a daily basis is not living your life. That's being for. They had a shooting over here. I covered, right? There was a shooting over here. Oh, no turn on red. It's 7 o'clock, ain't it? There's an abandoned house. There's an abandoned house right there. I'll show you guys this, right? Winchester, right? 74th and we're at 71st and Winchester, right? It's a nice neighborhood. Look at that. These are nice houses. There's a few abandoned ones over here, though. That's why I turned on this block. It's 6:57 p.m. May 18, 2026. I turned down this street because I seen something. We're on Winchester and 70. We're gonna get to 72nd and Winchester.
3213.
There you go. They're fixing up the neighborhood. They're trying to. See that there? It's a nice neighborhood. There's some abandoned buildings here. They're trying to fix up the neighborhood, and it's good to see that, right? This is the things that we should be talking about, right? When people, Hispanics are moving in here, right? Into this neighborhood over here. 11652. And it's good to see that, right? Whatever race it is, that doesn't matter. Anybody who wants to have a nice house, peaceful, with their family and their kids, they deserve it, right? They work for it, they deserve it. What we should always do is try to encourage people to make their own destinies, right? That's what this shows, right? The problem is that one's abandoned there. See that there? 7 o'clock, we'll listen to the news and we'll cut it. We'll say that's the broadcast for today, all right? 7 o'clock news.
WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM.
Mayor Johnson goes deep with his latest plan to keep the Chicago Bears on the lakefront, but is Governor Pritzker open? I'm political editor Jeff Buckles with the governor of the Gold Coast.
The county state's attorney announcing a new task force targeting crime on Chicago area public transit. And police in San Diego update reporters on a deadly shooting at a mosque. The latest next from CBS News. Sports, Cubs trail the Brewers 1-0 at Wrigley. White Sox take on the Mariners in Seattle later tonight. Wall Street today, the Dow added 160 points. NASDAQ down 134. The S&P fell 5 points. AccuWeather says breezy, cloudy, humid tonight. Look out for thunderstorms late. A low near 76 degrees. CBS News is next at 7 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A deadly shooting took place inside the largest mosque in San Diego County, California, on a campus that also houses a school and community center. Police say 3 people are dead, as are both of the teenage suspects who were found dead of self-inflicted gunshot wounds. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti with more.
Investigators are calling the attack a potential hate crime. The suspects, both teenagers, stormed the Islamic Center of San Diego, where, according to witnesses, they opened fire, striking multiple people.
We were having lunch and I heard at least a dozen shots. They sounded like from a semi-automatic weapon.
The gunmen then fled the scene in a car, where police say they continued firing their weapons in a nearby neighborhood before turning their guns on themselves.
Mark Furman, the former LA police detective convicted of lying during the O.J. Simpson murder trial, has died at age 74. Furman reported finding a bloody glove at Simpson's home, but his credibility came under attack during the trial as the defense raised the prospect of racial bias.
It looked a little sticky and moist. 2 fingers were stuck to the glove that looked like it was stuck there with some type of a liquid.
The Associated Press reports that Mark Furman died last Tuesday in Iowa, and his manager says the cause was throat cancer. A New York judge rules on evidence that can and cannot be used in Luigi Mangione state murder trial. He's accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. More from CBS's Lori Levinson.
The court did allow the introduction of a gun and a notebook that were found during a search at the police station. So there is still probably plenty of evidence to go against Mangione.
President Trump has ended his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS. CBS's Stacey Lynn at the White House.
He agreed to dismiss the lawsuit after reports that say a settlement would create a nearly $1.8 billion fund for Americans claiming political targeting by federal agencies. Trump's legal team says the president was illegally targeted. Critics are already threatening legal challenges.
President Trump says the U.S. will not carry out a planned attack against Iran tomorrow. Trump says he made the decision because serious negotiations were taking place toward a peace deal. Parts of the plains and Midwest could get another round of severe weather after strong thunderstorms produced at least 25 reported tornadoes across 4 states yesterday. A tornado destroyed homes in central Nebraska. Bo and Michaela Broning's home in Howard County, Nebraska was destroyed.
It kind of makes you reevaluate what's important. Family's important and everyone's safe, so.
Things can be replaced?
Yeah, houses can be rebuilt.
To CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here. It's time for 60 Minutes. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
7:03, Monday, May 18th. Good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Andy Dane. Cloudy skies in Chicago right now, 76 degrees. AccuWeather says a breezy.
I just want to check something out over there.
Cloudy and humid later on. Look out for thunderstorms late in the evening that can bring a risk of hail and damaging winds to the area. Our low tonight near 70 degrees. Cloudy, windy, staying humid tomorrow. A couple of showers and more storms that can bring damaging winds. A high 79. Big cool down begins tomorrow evening. A bit of a cooler week coming up. We'll have the 5-day forecast for you at 7:15. Our top local story here on News Radio WBBM. Governor Pritzker suggesting the latest idea from Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson to keep the Bears on the city's lakefront is a non-starter. We get the story from WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles.
The mayor's latest idea appears to be little more than a trial balloon floated in the final 2 weeks of the legislative session to give the city control over the state authority that runs Rate Field as a way to keep the Bears anchored to the lakefront.
The mayor has no plan. He has come up with no plan at all about how the Bears would end up in the city of Chicago.
Governor Pritzker told reporters before an appearance at the Chicago Cares leadership breakfast here at the Four Seasons Hotel that he's had no conversations with the mayor or his team about the idea and suggested the mayor's lobbying effort has been too little, too late.
To show up in May and have a bunch of demands seems like late in the game, and it's unfortunate that's happened most years.
There's no indication the General Assembly intends to take up the mayor's proposal before the scheduled end of the spring session, May 31st. We're with the governor of the Gold Coast, Jeff Buckles. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Those wanting to run for a seat on Chicago's fully elected Board of Education formally began the process this morning as election clerks began accepting nominating petitions to get on the November ballot.
Power line down. See that there?
Lined up at the election supersiding the loop starting.
See the power line down?
To drop off their petition signatures. Current member Ed Bannon was in the line.
Man.
He says he's hoping to continue his work on the board.
It's a power line.
It's a lot of work, but I'm really excited about the transition from the appointed board to the elected board.
Crazy. See that there?
Giving the
What
power
street
to
are we
their
on?
parents, the taxpayers, the people to help shape our school district.
Clerks are accepting signatures for about another week and a half. Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke announcing a new regional transit task force.
As of May 10th, violent crime on public transportation is down 22% compared to this time last year.
In this latest effort to combat transit-related crime, local and federal law enforcement...
Why do you need a task force then?
Along with Cook County State's Attorney Eileen O'Neill Burke's office are partnering to not only deter violent crime on transit, but when it does happen, it'll now trigger an all-hands response to provide evidence at first appearances intended to prevent violent criminals from being released pre-trial. If released as part of their condition, they won't be allowed back to the bus, station, or train where the crime happened.
Our focus right now is making sure that those who present the biggest danger to the public are detained.
O'Neill Burke says that there will likely be more misdemeanor crimes prosecuted as it first takes a conviction before the county is able to provide mental health services.
Will it be effective?
On the Red Line platform at Roosevelt after this announcement, Lakeview resident Connor tells us that this is about as far south as he's willing to go, adding that in his mind there is at least one thing that, if addressed, could significantly increase his feeling of safety.
I go to the Red Line every day for work, and there's always someone smoking a cigarette in the cars and stuff.
Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBDM.
Funeral arrangements have now been announced for fallen Chicago firefighter Stephen Decker, who died during a training exercise last week. Visitation for the nearly 30-year veteran will be held Thursday.
58th and Hoyne. Check this out. Got a down power line here.
This Friday, May 22nd.
That's dangerous there. Look at that.
Northwest side of Chicago. A 61-year-old collapsed.
You got the wires down there. See that there?
In West Rogers Park. The hitter died at a nearby hospital.
That's from that. It's from up there. See that there? Come up. I don't know what that is. It looks a little dangerous to me. Somebody should probably take care of that. See that there? Look at that. SubX.News. Look at that. That's a power line there. See that there?
Since 2017. NICOR says the proposal
right there. On that. See that there?
Reliability while managing rising energy demands and infrastructure costs.
Power line down at 58 in Hoyne.
Health officials in DuPage County confirming the first batch of mosquitoes to test positive for West Nile virus this year. The samples collected from multiple suburbs, including Roselle, Glendale Heights, and Wheaton. Health officials now reminding residents to practice the 3 R's to stay safe this summer. Reduce the number of mosquitoes by removing out
7:08 p.m. May 18th, 2026.
Repellent and report stagnant water or other concerns about West Nile to your county health department. 7:08, time now for traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's Abby Ryan.
Pretty wild, huh?
All right, now, Andy, the inbound side of the Edens, Lecoq to the Kennedy Junction. A 15-minute ride in, a 15 on the outbound side. So far, the Eden Spur looks great. If you're on the Kennedy, headed on the inbound side, O'Hare into downtown. Slow spots from Foster to Diversey. And then the Wintrust Mural at North Avenue over to Ohio. 25 O'Hare in 16. Coming in from the Edens Junction, outbound, heavy spots from Costner to Sayre. 22 out to the airport. 9
pretty wild, huh? It looks like somebody cut that tree already or something.
Eisenhower on the
I don't know why they haven't fixed this yet. It's a lot dangerous. I might, when I get back, I might have to call this in. Right?
If you're on the northbound or inbound,
that's a little
side,
dangerous there.
Fine. The Dan Ryan inbound clear. Outbound, actually inbound, it's Canalport to Roosevelt, which is slow at 15. Outbound is clear.
Let's get out. Let's get out of here.
Outbound, an 18-minute ride heading past 115 to Bogan Woods through the long-term construction zone. Still a lingering delay past Fullerton to Elmont with Cubs traffic on northbound to South.
Pretty wild there, huh?
Price stayed slow on the southbound side past Holstead, and the rest of the tollways look good. Northwest Indiana does too. Next report, 7:18 from the Metro Traffic Center News Radio 1059 p.m.
Back here with the forecast for this evening. Breezy early on, then cloudy and humid. Thunderstorms possible late tonight. The risk of hail and damaging winds, a low near 70 degrees. Cloudy, windy, staying humid tomorrow. Look for showers and thunderstorms that can bring those localized damaging winds yet again. The high 79. And partly to mostly cloudy tomorrow night as things really begin to cool down to a low of just 50 tomorrow night.
50, we're up to 90s already. That's crazy weather.
Along the lakefront on Wednesday. Right now, cloudy skies, 74 degrees at O'Hare and Midway, 72 along the lakefront. Markets mostly lower today. The Dow was up 160 points. NASDAQ down 134. The S&P 500 fell 5 points. It's 7:10.
Drowning in IRS.
Alrighty, guys. That's about it for our broadcast tonight. We're over our 3-hour limit. We're at Garfield now. We got to get back to our place. So I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We've seen a lot of stuff. There was a lot of things. Flooding, might be shootings, but it wasn't a shooting. You just seen a down power line. All kinds of crazy stuff. It's a big city. It's a lot of things happening. Stay up to date. You guys know where to find the scanner stuff. If we hear something, we'll post it. If we go out again, we might go out live again. We'll see. I don't know yet. But let's just think about how we can fix things, right? And I'll say it this way. First of all, we need a candidate, which none of them are going forward, which is kind of silly. And we need to vote for people who are not lazy bums, right? Right? We need to double check them, who they are, and why they're running right for office. And we need to start taking care of our city. It's our responsibility. It isn't the politicians' responsibility. They lie, they cheat, they steal, right? That's what they do, right? Most of them do that, right? We got how many politicians from Chicago went to federal penitentiary? You know, then we got to think about that, right? How do we want our city to look in the future? How is it going to be affordable for all of us to stay in the city? How do we not get pushed out? I mean, that's what we got to start thinking about, because a lot of the things that I'm showing you, it's going to push people out, including me, my family, and your family. I mean, when I show you $3 million homes, what do you think is going to happen to the people that used to live there? So if it's a $3 million home on what was it, Thomas Street up there, right? Thomas and where were we at? We were by Thomas and Sealy, Thomas and Hamilton, maybe up there in that area in Wicker Park. All right, a little few blocks west of Ashland. If that's a $3 million home, that means the person that had $1 million home or $500,000 home, he can't live there no more. So where are they going to live? They're going to live right here, or they're going to live in your neighborhood. And they'll be willing to pay $1 million or $500,000, where you're not willing to pay that. See, that's how that gentrification works. It changes everything in the locations, right? Can you do rent controls? Can you do all of these weird things that Brandon Johnson says? Absolutely not. What you need to do is give people a reasonable place to stay that's cheap. You need to keep taxes and fees down. You need to keep speculators out, schemers out, and you can do that with building permits. Everybody knows that that the city council approves building permits. Everybody knows that. So if they know it's a schemer, if they know it's a gentrified, they know it's going to raise the cost. Remember, there was a shooting over here. Don't you remember that here? Right here, right down the street. This is the triple shooting that happened here where the lady died. Right down the street there. Don't you remember that? The city is the one that drives gentrification. The city is the one that drives costs up. It doesn't happen by magic. Developers just can't buy land and do whatever they want. It has to be approved by the aldermen. That's how that works. Don't get fooled by what people say. They all control it. And City Hall is not controlled by, quote, progressives. So if our prices keep going up while these guys are in power, that shows you what? They're not really progressive. They're not. There used to be the bridge that went here. This was the Damon Bridge. Remember that? So don't get fooled by what these people say. You always watch what they do. Don't worry about what they say. They say all kinds of boo-boo stuff, right? Hubbub stuff. They'll say anything they want. They're politicians. They lie. How do you know when they're lying? When they open their mouth. So that's what I wanted to say here, right? At the end of this broadcast. It's a Monday. A lot of things happen. I'm going to do a write-up tomorrow morning about this plus some other stuff. There's other things happening right in front of us that we might need to work on together. And it's not about watching a show saying I want to pray and hope things are better. I'm a prayer guy. I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. I believe in destiny. But I also believe in what is the word? Words without action. What's the word that Bible talks about? Works without deeds. Empty words, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we need to start working together and not letting things happen to us. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? We need to do stuff to fix our situation. We got to stop making excuses. We got to stop saying it's those people or other people. That's separation politics, and we need to work together. That's all I have. It's 47th and Western. That's where I'm at. You see, there's a lot of people working here. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of businesses here, right? Talk to you later. What's up, my man? Oh.
Hey, how you been?
How you been? Hey, you want a soda machine with I got a soda machine for free. You want it? I don't know. It's the old-fashioned kind.
You thinking about the motor?
No.